closest one.
Oof. I mean, in theory, a target might have it, depending
I'm not
on how.
supporting Target.
Dude, yeah.
Like,
Why would
not
you
that
want to support
Amazon's,
Target right now? Like, seriously.
not that Amazon's a better fucking option, but
I mean, nobody's a good option, frankly. Like,
It's
yeah.
literally a case of
I mean,
what?
yeah.
Whoa, what?
I hate that I had to do this, but like for Elle's birthday present, I unfortunately had to buy from your former employer
Yeah.
because they were like the only ones I could get it from at the time.
And for what it's worth, Willow is right. What is that fucking crown thing, and what is the XP thing?
I don't know. Ask YouTube.
It's for live chats and super chats. You get experience towards the channel.
But I don't have super chats turned on, and
I don't know.
bragging rights.
Bragging rights.
I mean, I'm sure you're gonna have the super mega crown before too long, Bio. Like it's not a question. I'm sure.
Stating a fact. It will be a fact.
Yeah, you and Natsu are like tied at the moment. It looks like I don't know. Numbers are just gonna flop all over the place. Points also reset between streams. Oh, of course they do. Where's the doohickey mabobber? There's the doohickey. Stop trying to open the damn thing out of your PC. Do it on the tablet where you can actually read. Also, Elle's not here yet, but she's going to be. She's like running late. It's fine. She'll be here.
It just means it's a power hour chat.
No, it just means we get the recap going in the meantime.
Yeah.
All right. There are clowns in Willow's couch. That's true. Actually, literally a thing. Oh, Willow's remembered a thing exists. Who'd have thought?
A thing? I love things. What thing are we talking about?
You know, the thing.
You didn't have a childhood, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, Sarge wouldn't remember Big Comfy Couch.
The what and the what and the what now?
See?
Precisely. So, previously, with the recap now over, Inu attempts to find a new objective to steer the group towards now that their arch nemesis Bongle has been slain, only to find himself rooted to the spot due to the weight of approximately 1 billion spell scrolls that now silently cackling Natsu has slipped into his pockets. With Inu finally clearing his pockets of all the random shit he was never going to actually use in order to make room for the 1 billion scrolls he likely won't use more than a couple of, baby steps, the rest of the group used the downtime of Inu sorting out Trash Mountain to make fun of Willow's inability to spell gooks. With Inu's freshly sorted inventory now such that even the weight of a single paperclip would cause his legs to completely give out, so basically exactly the same as it was before, he's then forced to spend another few minutes manually stacking all of the new additions to his spell scroll pouch because for whatever reason the game doesn't just do that automatically. Ugh, why the hell doesn't the game just do this itself? My character isn't anywhere near smart enough to sort a library like this. Incidentally, did you guys know the maximum stack limit for scrolls is 20? Because it's apparently 20. As the previous holder of the many scrolls you are now burdened with, I did in fact know this, but did you know that the maximum potion stack limit is 99? Yeah, I'd say that checks out. With only 1/10 of the damn things actually working, they had to give you a sizable buffer to make up for it. I hate that you're not wrong. With Inu's portable library finally sorted and Karlak being handed almost a couple dozen potions of flight, she flies now. So that she can deliver her signature flying elbow drops on command, she flies now. Inu pulls up the map in search of the nearest quest marker and starts to mosey towards the nearby item cache. What the shit? Why the hell do I have 3 shovels in my inventory? Elle, it's basic math. You have 3 shovels and you're traveling with how many future corpses? Bio raises a valid point, dear. But she'd only need the one shovel since she already killed me and Sarge. I don't see either of you presently buried in 6 feet of dirt, now do I? Ah, shit, he got us. L's shovel math now solved, Ina begins to slowly back out of her sight for his own safety, which eventually sees him nearly tripping over an overturned cart of cabbages for his trouble. After the group then takes a moment to all shout some inflection of, "My cabbages!" Inu proceeds to finish traveling towards the Blushing Mermaid Tavern in search of clues regarding the mysterious hag who definitely for sure isn't just Ethel again, and the recently hagnapped child, only to immediately find himself distracted by his instinctual drive to upstage every single bard he happens upon. Having now gotten yet another tavern bard fired, Inu pats himself on the back as he gets Natsu to pick up all of his fresh bard earnings for him. Even a single penny could cause his knees to spontaneously explode, you see, and subsequently chooses to ignore talking to literally anyone in the tavern for clues he can instead go snooping in the basement for things Natsu can legally acquire. Only a few steps into the basement, then sees Inu surprisingly managing to pass a perception check on a nearby wall, and by that I mean he saw a pile of whiskey barrels and blew them up on the spot because they were suspicious, which ends up leading to a secret double basement full of incredibly large mushrooms. Being painfully aware by this point that hags are basically just sentient clumps of mushroom spores, the group collectively realized that actually asking anyone in the tavern for hag clues would be a misleading waste of time, and instead focus their efforts on upending every stone and board in the place in search of the mysterious hag. This question is then subsequently answered in a roundabout fashion when the exploding of a boarded-up doorway leads to the group finding a large cavern full of mind slaves wearing hag masks, including one Captain Grizzly, who the group were quick to note was last seen standing upstairs not 3 minutes ago. The hag's cover now entirely blown, the group quickly go over what they've learned last time they fought a hag, who very definitely wasn't the same one as now, in that removing the hag's slave masks is an awful idea should they not want to kill the thralls, and nearly start to sprint their way back to speak with Captain Grizzly upstairs, until they're left upturning their pockets by bios asking if they'd actually made any hagsbane first. Fortunately, though, since Natsu is usually on the ball with the stuff, he's had some hagsbane singing in his pocket ever since the group first learned the recipe for it, which sends an untethered clambering back up the stairs to pester Captain Grizzly with a bunch of questions, such as, why is there a secret hag den in the tavern's basement? And so why are you very obviously the disguised hag who owns the secret hag den in the basement? The game itself ends up beating Inu to the punch, however, as upon his making it back to Captain Grizzly so he could pester her into attacking the group, it turns out that the good captain actually did such a shitty job with her disguise that she didn't even erase level 11 hag from her character sheet after taking on her new form. What a dumbass. So, should I turn off non-lethal so I don't accidentally kill any bar patrons, or are we... All right, Ethel, you aren't fooling anyone with that Spirit of Halloween-ass pirate costume you're wearing. Now stop looking like Captain Grizzly Bear so we can kick your ass. Again. Ah, hell, forgot to fix the name tag, didn't I? Doesn't matter, though, because you wouldn't hit a pregnant woman without a single second of hesitation, yes. Right. Still pissed about your eye. Hell with it. Redcaps, do your damn jobs. I'm going home. Well, guess that answers my question about lethal force then. With the mysterious and definitely unknown hag having turned out to just be Auntie Ethel again, a shocking twist, I know, who has now telespored back to her hag den hidden in the tavern's double basement, the group is left with a tavern full of freshly undisguised redcaps that used to be its patrons. How the hell did they all get their name tags right, but Ethel couldn't? To murder their way through before they can retrieve Laura's child. Once the goons are dealt with, not really much to recap with how easy it is to kill redcaps at this point, the group pour back into Ethel's secret hag den below the tavern in order to re-kick her ass, which leads to half of them running right past her since they assume she'd be back in the secret shroom cavern, only for Natsu to end up walking right into her by mistake upon attempting to swing at one of the giant mushrooms back in the main room of the hag den. Well, guess we're doing this now. Should I switch back to non-lethal now? Yeah, we only want to kill Ethel here, so we should switch to non-lethal and stick to physical melee attacks for her thralls. Got it. Switches to non-lethal just to then immediately turn around and violently explode one of the thralls with Eldritch Blast. So, what about physical melee attacks? Did you not understand? All I've been told for months now is to only ever use pew-pew spells and nothing else. My brain couldn't comprehend anything else, and now I've murdered an innocent man because of it.
Oh shit, he's right.
I mean, that one was just a totally nameless NPC, so does that really even count as murder by this point? With Sarge's will to go on having been restored with a reminder that there's no moral or legal repercussions for killing NPCs lacking in both name and face, Natsu and Inu busy themselves with actually trying to deal with Ethel, only for their efforts to approach her to be met with the old hag summoning a trio of shadow clones to confuse them. Now unsure which of the hags is the right one to throw... Lost my place. The right one to throw his vial of Hagsbane at, Natsu takes a gamble and asks for Inu to start tossing magic missiles towards them one at a time to figure out which ones are fake, only for Inu to have ended up hitting the real Ethel on his first try. As Bio would later try to note, only to go unheard, this process of sussing out the real Ethel from her clones was actually extremely easy in practice with a bit of observation, as when the dumbass hag summoned her trio of shadow clones, she lumped the three together on a completely separate part of the initiative tracker from herself, which completely defeated the purpose of summoning them in the first place because of how laughably obvious it was to which Ethel was real or not. I'm sorry. Yes when I say yes, game. Fucking hell. With Ethel's dumbass having been found out literally immediately due to her raw incompetence, Natsu decks the real Captain Grizzly in the face for luck, before then running over to menacingly leer over Ethel's shoulder so that she'd know her life is forfeit one round from now. While this is going on, Elle sees fit to demonstrate what physical melee damage is to Sarge for future reference, only for this to end up backfiring on her when the testing dummy she chose to use ended up being the Mask of Vengeance, who of course responded by slugging her clean in the face for a quarter of her max health. Elle's misadventures with Wobbuffet now over, the round finally rolls back to Natsu's turn, which sees him, after a precautionary quick save, fastballing a vial of Hagsbane right into the back of Ethel's head so that the bag of spores would vomit up her frighteningly literal food baby. Nice, now we can actually attack her since she's vomited up, what was the kid's name again? Let's see. Ah, that's right. Her name was Vanra. Hold on a second. Why in the actual fuck did we waste our time saving this waste of oxygen when it doesn't even have any musical skill? Should have let the hag keep the damn thing. That's what the literal bard school your friend Elfira's opening up is for, remember? No, I have people to remember things for me, hence the overwhelming urge to rid the world of anyone who wasn't born and able to shred a lute to the point of it catching fire. Vanra, now freed from the hag's gut biome and having fucking booked it to the complete opposite of the room, despite starting her turn prone. Adrenaline sure is a hell of a thing, isn't it? Natsu proceeds to stab the every loving fuck out of a still shocked Ethel before he and Inu then begin to vaporize her remaining spore cruxes to prevent her from reviving on her next turn. Spore Crux is now broken and remaining thrall is now incapacitated. Inu walks over to the unconscious body of Ethel to finally char her mushroom ash to cinders once and for all, much to Natsu's frantic protest to loot her before lighting her on fire just in case, so that he could then angrily march towards Vanra to demand she enrolls in Bard School lest she meet the same fate. Understandably traumatized from all the mentally scarring shit she's been forced to experience the past few days or months, depending on one's point of view, Vanra is incapable of responding with anything but incoherent mumbles and stuttering before finally managing to loudly shout for her mom in panic and sprinting off to who knows where. Deciding the talentless child isn't his concern, Inu turns his attention towards loudly shouting at a still unconscious Captain Grizzly to wake her ass up, and even going as far as attempting to pass some healing her way by playing a short riff on his lyre to no avail. Figuring that Grizzly will probably be fine after her nap eventually, maybe, the group carefully pry the now inert hag mask off her face using a nearby crowbar, before subsequently leaving the hagless den in search of new things to do after having repeated the process with the other surviving hag thralls. Apparently, Grizzly is meant to talk to you after being saved and gives the party an inspiration, but since she also happened to be completely unconscious when the fight ended, oh well. Noticing the Save Hag Nap Child quest hadn't actually been completed with the savening of said child, Inu begins to make his way over to Laura and Vanra's house before he finds himself distracted mid-ladder climb by the sight of a nearby building fucking exploding out of nowhere, followed by the sight of a drow lady stumbling her way out of the building in a coughing fit, and also on fire. Deciding that Laura and her talentless hack of a daughter can wait for a moment, Inu heads over to ask what and why the fuck, only for Natsu to come to the realization that this Araj lady was actually the very same drow alchemist that Inu sold some of his blood to back in Moonrise Towers. Surprised to actually see Inu in the group again after all the shit that ended up happening back at Moonrise, Araj gives a vague explanation about her house having blown up because of Inu's blood before welcoming the group into what's left of her house so she could better explain the new breakthrough she made in her research. Unsure over whether or not they'll have to hit the kill stream button based on the weird way Araj is wording everything, she says the group is initially hesitant to go along with her request until Inu's offhanded mention of Araj eventually being a merchant causes Natsu to rapidly sprint his way across the map so that he may inquire about buying her strongest potions. With Natsu having been more than sold on going along with whatever Araj says for the sake of being able to do more Natsu things, trademark, Inu was quick to throw out a shrug and follow Araj into her science basement to ask what this unheard-of scientific breakthrough of hers actually is. Cozy little place, isn't it? These four walls have witnessed greater alchemical triumphs than even the crazy science mumbo-jumbo, blah, blah, blah tidal wave. I get it. Now what is it you wanted to talk about? Eager to be part of the greatest breakthrough in alchemical science of our age, I see. Well, all you need to do is drink this formula. I have to drink some kind of unknown and likely deadly liquid. Well, why didn't you just say so? Swipes bottle of formula Gruna. Oh, this is just marvelous. I've never seen someone so eager to participate in scientific discovery before. All you need to do is drink that formula Gruna, but I strongly urge you to go outside so there isn't any further damage to my board now drinking the probably deadly chemical. Massive fucking explosion. Lab. With Araj's lab and herself now both on fire, Araj excitedly exclaims that she's seeing stars over the incredible results of her potion. And definitely not as a result of the concussion or ruptured eardrum she has from the force of the blast she was at ground zero of. As she proudly proclaims that as a result of her hard work and years of research that Inu is now the world's first detonative exsanguinator. Or to put it in layman's terms that Inu's character could understand, his blood is now highly explosive and will go big boom from even the slightest spark. Seeing this utterly horrific development is nothing but an absolute win, because being stuck as a living bomb gives Galen himself another thing they share in common. Inu thanks Araj for permanently and irreversibly tampering with his genetic makeup, as not to an L mope in the corner about wanting exploding blood too with how often they both get stabbed in combat. Probably for the best that Karlak didn't end up with this gift, honestly, given the fact that she's permanently on fire and all. Field research now over, Inu of course agrees to hand over even more of his blood when prompted by Araj so she could make him a special treat that he could buy from her, only for Inu to subsequently find himself completely underwhelmed upon viewing her merchant inventory over the lack of anything really quite awesome, due to his having missed the special 48 force plus 48 fire incendiary blood grenade she was now selling. At least Natsu still ended up buying them anyways after he violently shoved Inu out of the way moments later. I mean, I was looking for equipment, not bombs.
Mine.
Also, what excellent point. Has YouTube just decided it's not going to give me Bio's fucking messages for some reason? Because, like, Will is saying, like, excellent point to Bio, and I don't see a message from Bio.
I'm hoping
I
that
feel like
she's
it was
seeing
in
that
response to
regards
part of the recap.
That's what I'm expecting, because I don't see anything from Bio either, unless YouTube has legitimately decided to shit itself.
Oh, she's
Okay,
listening to the...
bomb.
Okay, yeah, got it. I was like, am I losing? I haven't seen something from Bio in like 20 minutes. Without much else to do, now that Natsu's shoulder checked him out of the way to do Natsu things, trademark, a skeptical Inu pops open his character sheet to make sure the crazy alchemist wasn't just talking out of her ass about his blood, only to discover his cardiovascular system does in fact now run off of pure explodium. Not really sure what to make of the fact that he's now banned from ever attending any musical performance that featured the use of pyrotechnics. Inu responds to this life-changing alteration of his body's physiology with a resounding "neat," before resuming his walk to Laura and Vanra's house. Upon reaching their house, though, Inu's train of thought is subsequently interrupted when his brain suddenly registers Laura's voice as sounding like someone named Juna, or however it's spelled. Bio has no idea who he was even talking about, which sends him to consult with the old one Google to look up the name of her VA, which brings him to the answer that she's voiced by Laura Bailey, which is just very blatantly incorrect. Laura is actually voiced by the same person as Mole is, being one Harriet Kershaw, with Laura Bailey not even being in the game's VA credits list. Things like this are why AI-generated search summaries shouldn't be used as information sources. I got that off of like a behind the voice actors page or something, I think. With the group having now been thoroughly misinformed because the old one was drunk off its ass and still is, Inu leaves Laura's house with a treasure map and a bunch of equipment he and the others won't use in hand as he makes one final bit of friendly extortion towards Laura about how she should consider enrolling her talentless daughter in Alfira's future school of aspiring musicians under the purely hypothetical threat of implied violence should she fail to do so.
Hypothetical.
Hold on. I now need to look up this person that was the actual voice actor. Give me a second. Harriet Kershaw.
Kershaw.
Okay. Not Juna, but is in Metaphor.
Oh.
Also, she's not listed as the voice actress for Laura on the behind the voice actors page. What the fuck? I mean, I don't doubt your research there, Bio, but she is listed for Mole, but not for. But anyway, Harriet Kershaw was Lena in Metaphor. Several different. Yeah, I trust your research. Actually, believe me, I trust your research. Juna, meanwhile, was voiced by Emma Ballantyne, who does not appear to be in Baldur's Gate 3 at all. So. Yeah, I did definitely check more than one source the other week, except, I didn't want to spend an incredible amount of time in Google and not doing, actual stream things.
And yet here we are.
That was a quick side thing. Having succeeded in helping find new clientele for his friend's future business, as well as having helped a newly reunited family discover an untapped interest in the musical arts, Inu pops up on the map to see whose lives he'll hurricane his way through next, which ends up directing him towards the nearby Hag Survivors Anonymous HQ. Stepping foot into the HSA's main lobby, Inu is quick to spot Mayrina standing around doing nothing as usual, only for her to immediately run over to him upon noticing his arrival to ask if Ethel has finally been killed for real this time. After being assured that the old witch is in fact as dead as anyone on the wrong side of Natsu's trident could reasonably be, which is to say unfathomably deceased, Mayrina then causes the group to bust out in a fit of genuine laughter when she suddenly throws her head and arms up towards the sky to scream, "Fuck you, Ethel, you miserable old bitch!" at the top of her lungs for the whole world to hear. Once Mayrina has then calmed down enough from her well-deserved bout of celebration to ask if the group managed to save Vanner as well, she nearly starts to cheer again before finally noticing that the rather obvious fact that her husband is still a shambling half-rotted corpse, even though the hag curse should have been lifted by now. Also, what's up, first-timer? Yeah, we're currently in the House of Hope. We're also currently working our way through our recap because we never remember what the fuck happens from week to week, and so we have it recapped for us in like a 40-minute text document. It's great.
Who are you people? I don't remember why I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Elle is in the game but has not joined the call yet, as far as I can tell. So
Correct.
that's a thing.
Derp.
Since by this point it is uncomfortably clear that Mayrina is just flat out in denial over the fact that the hag curse keeping her husband like this was never a thing, and the half-rotted slate he's been stuck in was the way Ethel had been planning to bring him back, as to keep her end of the bargain in exchange for Mayrina's unborn child, the somber Inu decides it's finally time to rip off the band-aid and tell Mayrina the truth she doesn't want to hear. Or at least everyone assumed that she didn't want to hear it, as upon bringing up the persuasion check menu, they're shocked to find the requirement to pass was only a roll of just 10 or higher, which Inu somehow manages to not fumble by immediately rolling a nat 1 for once. With the Mayrina having convinced to finally let go of her dead husband, she sorrowfully takes the zombie thrall staff she used on Connor after Ethel's first death and sets it to Wumbo so she can undo the spell, keeping him bound to the earth so that he could finally rest in peace. This, of course, is then followed by everyone laughing their damn asses off when one of the options Inu was given to use in response to this sad moment of character growth was essentially, "Holy fuck, I can't believe you just killed him like that," which he's thankfully able to fight back against his inner demons and avoid picking for once. Giving one final thanks to the group for all they've done to help her family as well as everyone whose lives Ethel has ruined over the years, Mayrina departs to be alone for a while after surprising everyone one last time by handing Inu an actually good piece of equipment that makes it so its wearer has automatic advantage on all intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws they find themselves faced with. The fact that the amulet in question also happened to be an ancient phase kidney stone only slightly ruined the moment in the end. With all the loose ends of the Hag storyline now finally wrapped up, Inu hops down to the beach just behind the HSA's HQ to grab an item cache he spotted on the map, which leads him to find the dead body of none other than Zumbo Pumbo washed ashore from his watery grave in Gortash's secret underwater Ultramax prison. Of all the random Gondians who lost their lives down there, it just had to be the only one that's impossible to take seriously who ended up washing ashore. Well, that cache turned out to be fucking worthless. Yeah, anyways, looks like all we have left before dealing with Gortash is finding out where the local Satanists hide out or going to Cazador's place. Though we'll probably want to sub me out for Astral Lion if we're heading to Nah, fuck him. Alright, I guess I'll leave it up to L. What do you... Nah, fuck him. Righto, to the Satanist house we go. It's at this point that Willow shows up to yell at everyone for daring to skip Solgalio's storyline, despite it allegedly being one of the best companion storylines in the game, though no one really cares to listen to her shouting due to all of the many times when their honest attempts to actually pay attention to Astral Lion has resulted in him just being an unrepentant asshole to them in turn. With Willow continuing to shout into the void in the background, Inu finally arrives at his destination, only to notice upon looking up from his list of directions that the building the local Satanists have been meeting up in is basically just a church. Stepping foot into the first Baldurian Church of Satan, Inu takes a glance around the front desk to find a lady named Hellsick running the place, and upon reading off a specific title on her name tag, Inu inadvertently sends Natsu into a feral rush towards the church, with the only sounds leaving his mouth being a frantically repeated utterance of "Merchant!" Merchant! Knowing full well that he has only moments before a feral Natsu breaks down the door and likely rips him asunder should he still be in the way at the time, Inu quickly begins to move through Hellsick's dialogue by not so subtly implying that he has full knowledge of the devil shit, i.e. the big brain's crown, that she and Gortash had acquired recently. While Inu then attempts to pass off his acquiring such top-secret information by saying he and Gortash used to date in college, Natsu meanwhile uses the opportunity to sneak up the stairs behind Hellsick, which leads to him discovering a gigantic hell portal sigil written in blood in a room upstairs, which isn't really that surprising considering. As fascinated as Hellsick happens to be over this bit of potentially juicy gossip that Inu just pulled out of his ass, however... What? Huh? Sorry, I got lost. What bit of gossip am I talking? Natsu finds a hell portal. Then, as fascinated as Hellsick is over the bit of gossip that I pulled out of my ass. Oh, about me and Gortash. Okay. I had to jump back 2 sentences. She's unfortunately still remains a very business-minded individual. She states that Lord Mammon would like for Inu to make a generous donation towards Hellsick's pocket in exchange for the information the group is seeking. Stupid Razafraza Satanist taking all of Natsu's Razafraza money. Here, this donation should be enough to learn the information we want. Oh, quite the fitting token, I'd say. Let it be known that Lord Mammon's servant doesn't deal with papers. Great. So, now could you tell us how Gortash... But this donation was only enough to satisfy Lord Mammon's servant. If you want to actually satisfy Lord Mammon, then you'll still need a better offering. I'm still keeping this gold, however. I twitch. You know, I've heard that you're a Satanist. I'm actually something of a Satanist myself, so how's about you be a pal and give us a freebie, just this once? I mean, with an argument like that, how could I not tell you that my job is to actually lockpick a way into hell so people can steal shit from the local devils when they aren't looking? This particularly vital piece of information ends up being as far as Inu's Spider-Man references is able to get him, however, as right after Helsik finishes explaining her unique set of skills to whet the group's appetite for knowledge, she bounces right back to demanding more kind donations, should they want to learn anything else that she knows. With an annoyed sigh, Inu pulls out 100 gold from his pocket, since it was the only option given to him that seemed like a significant value to work while still undercutting the amount that was expected of him, which a reluctant Helsik begrudgingly takes with a curse under her breath before explaining that she doesn't know why Raphael wanted the crown of Karsus, but that the answer perhaps could be found inside of his house. Quickly putting up what Helsik was putting down, Inu inquires if it would be possible for the group to hire her services so that they may warp into Satan's house to beat the crap out of them, which elicits a hearty chuckle from Helsik over how suicidally stupid an idea that is, before stating it isn't her place to judge her customers' ideas and offering to lockpick them away into Raphael's house for the low price of 20,000 gold, an amount Natsu is all too willing to pay in order to finally get his hands on the gloves he's been looking for.
It's at they're in this very room.
It's at this point, literal moments before Inu can hand over the comically large sacks of money, that Emperor makes the deeply unfortunate choice to squid phone in to yell at Inu for how unfathomably stupid an idea this is, which only serves to make Inu want to go to hell even more. You'd think the dumb bastard would have caught on by now that telling Inu that something is a stupid idea practically guarantees he's going to do it. Fortunately, though, this momentary interruption from Emperor ended up giving Inu enough time to properly think through the fact that he was about to hand off 20,000 gold to someone, which gives him the opportunity to haggle the price down. Not really having much leverage, he even can use to haggle, however, since the only other option he had was to offer the gloves that Natsu was willing to pay 20,000 gold to get, meaning Inu would have gotten a murder trident up his ass for even thinking of selecting it. Inu is forced to once again break out the tried and true classic of, I'm actually something of a Satanist myself, which somehow ends up being all he needed to say in order to get Helsik to cut 50% of her asking price. Apparently she really is just that much of a big Spider-Man fan. Once Helsik subsequently finishes running through the whole plausible deniability clause section of her operating terms, since lockpicking portals into hell is probably a mega illegal at least somewhere, she tosses Inu a handbook full of instructions for the giant blood portal Natsu came across earlier, I think, along with a bag of random magic garbage to basically serve as the frequency tuner to set the portal to Raphael's house, sends the group on their way with a dramatic "Begone!" Before Inu can be gone, however, he decides to double back to check through Helsik's inventory before Natsu can so everyone else can actually see what she has in stock first, which immediately sees him finding a set of rad-as-hell gloves that lets the wearer double target with their cantrips, so they'd be able to wield a guidance with each hand. Before anyone has a chance to properly soak in how cool those Gemini gloves are, though, Inu moves his cursor over slightly to check out one of the other equipment pieces, only to find that it was none other than one of the specific pieces of endgame gear that Sarge has been waiting on for months now, and it was just sitting there this whole time, completely available in a merchant's normal inventory, huh? Not finding much else of significant importance outside of a few new colors of dyes he had yet to see, including one that should have been called Lush Bergen Dye, Inu concedes the merchant counter to Natsu so he could do his thing, which leads to Natsu asking for clarification on what pieces of gear Sarge still needed by this point. So, just to check, what helmet does Sarge actually need?
At this part.
Because I do have a pretty nice one here you could use as a stand-in for now. Let's see, something called Birthright, I think? And what's that one that makes it so special? It gives whoever's wearing it +2 to their charisma, which would make all of his Eldritch Blast nonsense stupidly powerful. Isn't that the hat you've been wearing on your head for months now, ever since the Wizard Tower? Wait, is it? Oh shit, it is! I'd wondered when you first got that hat why it didn't go to the person who turned charisma into god-killing death missiles. Shush you, we all know my character doesn't think. Sarge's hat having finally been given to him after having spent months staring at it, sitting on someone else's head. It looked nice on my head. And I'm pretty sure we put it up to like, hey, does this do anything for anybody? And it was like, we didn't check Sarge's list at that point. It was like, well, it does stuff for both Sarge and I technically have a lower charisma, so maybe it's more helpful. Anyway, yeah. They start to run down a checklist of other item he needs in order to make sure there aren't even more pieces of gear they're sitting on this whole time. As Natsu then begins scrubbing through his gigantic pile of hoarded equipment in search of any potentially overlooked Sarge gear, Inu wraps his now hatless head in some Assassin's Creed head wrappings Natsu passed to him earlier, as he begins a short bout of story time. Amidst this bout of story time, however, Bio returns with some insight about the whereabouts of Sarge's amulet, and relates that it was something they would have already acquired by this point, since it was inside of a mimic that they definitely killed back in Moonrise Towers. With Natsu now scrubbing through his loot hoard even harder due to the cursed knowledge he was just granted, which likewise sends everyone else scrambling to upend their story chests as well, until Natsu eventually finds himself holding a Zelda item get pose as he successfully pulls the missing amulet out of his storage chest. Amulet now on Sarge's neck, Natsu decides to cross-reference the location of the last piece of armor Sarge had yet to get, which leads him to discovering that it was yet again a piece of equipment he'd gotten from somewhere, this time being something from the same vendor he bought his hyper-murder armor from, and threw into his dragon sword, which means that the group has actually been walking around with nearly half of Sarge's armor hanging out in their inventory for a long-ass while by this point without realizing it, which is honestly just hilarious. Sarge now fully kitted out for maximally optimized murder aside from a dagger that's apparently in the Cazador nest northwest of Good Springs. Inu decides to get to work on ripping open a portal to hell so that they can finally get their run back on Raphael after his coward ass ran away from the last beating he was meant to get in his hotel room all those months ago. The Cazador thing? Is that what you guys were going off on? Was the
Yes.
New Vegas reference?
Yes.
Yeah, I would have stopped to make note of it myself, except I was in the middle of a sentence. Why do you care, Sarge? You hate everything that Obsidian has made.
Because it's still funny as fuck, and I still don't understand why. It doesn't gel with me, and it's bothering me.
Not finding themselves dead center in the House of Hope, the group take a moment to get their legs back under them, aside from Karlak, who landed in hell standing straight up and called the others a bunch of pansies. At which point, Inu takes about 5 steps before getting interrupted by a spectral entity named Hope, presumably of House of Hope fame. As any good spectral entity is wont to do, Hope, of course, begins to spout a bunch of cryptic warnings about the danger the group is in by breaking in here, which are intermittently interrupted by a manic side tangent or her shushing everyone so the jailer wouldn't notice them or herself. Liking the crazed energy Hope is delivering to them, Inu, of course, starts the conversation off by bluntly stating the group is here to kill Satan, which Hope is super down with, to the point of even offering to help with the devils in stabbering if it wasn't for the fact that Raphael apparently isn't actually home right now. Hope then goes off on a tangent about a hammer that's capable of breaking the chains moments before she's forced to shush herself upon hearing the approaching sound of chains, which at least makes it clear to the group that the Orphic hammer is definitely down here somewhere. Noting that everyone down here is insane, especially herself, but especially Inu, but especially herself, which isn't great because it means that everyone is unpredictable as fuck, but especially herself, but it's also good because it means that everyone is also stupid as all fuck, but especially Inu. So the group can walk like normal without anyone batting an eye so long as Hope snaps her fingers to make the group some glamored up peasant rags to wear. Now dressed up in his finest piss-stained rags, Inu puts his years of theater training to use to quiet stage whisper to his new friend so the jailer won't overhear them, only to find his friend's advantage bonus miraculously disappearing as soon as he goes to roll his die. From what I can tell, I think this might be an oddity with Hope specifically. Ignoring this absolutely friendless behavior of his dice, Inu presses forward in the conversation to ask if Hope wouldn't happen to know where the group might be able to find the all-powerful smash hammer she mentioned before, which causes her to go on another of her manic tangents mid-direction before snapping back to wellish enough sense so that she could ask the group a question instead. All right, now I like you a lot, or at least I think I do, or at least I hope I do. But in order to know for sure, I need to ask one thing. All right? Can you please save me from this place? Please, 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 please. Lady, I don't know if you've noticed, but you're batshit insane. Is that a no then? What? What are you, crazy? We love batshit insane people. Of course we'll get you out of here. Really? You'll help me? Just like that? Yeah. Oh, well, in that case, take notes, because I'm only saying this once. Find key, take hammer, smash chains. Find key, take hammer, smash chains. Find key, take hammer, smash chains. You said that 3 times. Bio, take notes to make it clear she said that 3 times. Location of the Orphic Hammer now pinned down to the archives, and an explicit warning being given that the second the group try to pick it up, Raphael will come back down to hell to kill them all. Hope poofs away for her own safety as the group wonder why she worded that second part like it was a bad thing, when Raphael showing up to fight them in person is exactly what the group came here for in the first place. Now exiting the main foyer into the feast hall, the group find themselves presented with 2 doors they could pass through, which naturally sees Inu wandering off on his own through the door everyone didn't group up in front of, which leads to Sarge once again following behind him with a wordless sigh to keep Inu from getting himself killed. I'd just start the combat and then everyone else would show up. Several minutes worth of wandering around and reading random notes he found on some balcony tables later sees Inu being directed towards Natsu's half of the outer hallway after he happened to have Hope pop up for a chat in the middle of a room containing nearly half a dozen warp mirrors leading to basically every major city you could think of. After a quick door is ajar joke, a manic as ever Hope explains in her now usual rushed manner how this room, formerly called the Chamber of Egress, it's how Raphael is able to meet so punctually with all of his clientele from basically anywhere that they happen to be in the world, and that the mirror portals also conveniently happen to not work for herself or the group, just to prevent the players from getting any silly ideas in their heads, like going to Neverwinter and leaving Baldur's Gate behind.
It was a silly place.
With the portal room unfortunately being worthless, or at least worthless for the time being, Inu gravitates towards the nearest open door, which leads to him discovering a big floor hatch that leads down to Hope's prison. The prison for Hope. The prison's chosen specifically to hold Hope. Hope's prison. Which is unsurprisingly a dead end without the group having the Orphic Hammer in hand. With this diversion at least proving to have given useful information for where to go later, the group climb back to the room above, which leads to Natsu finding a crack in the ground outside just below a nearby balcony. Curiosity getting the best of him, Natsu hops off the balcony to check where the crack in the ground might lead, only for him to nearly piss himself and hurry to climb back out once he realizes that the crack was not only a back entrance into Hope's prison cell, but that said cell also contains a spectator to make sure there are always eyes on the prison's sole occupant. As Natsu then stays outside to catch his breath and investigate another path he found off to the side of the very same balcony, Inu heads back inside to take another look at a weird energy barrier he spotted earlier, which leads to him perception checking his way into discovering a hidden door on the opposite wall to it. It's at this point, back on Natsu's side of things, that he's caught off guard by a sudden autosave, which he nearly passes off as Inu having done something before noticing there was actually a mostly naked incubus lying on a bed in a room he nearly walked into. Realizing it would really be for the best to not poke that sleeping bear on his own, not because he couldn't absolutely kill the shit out of it himself, but out of courtesy for not wanting the others to miss content, Natsu elects to hold tight for the time being so Inu could investigate the hidden door he just found, which is quickly revealed to be a room filled to bursting with gold and other assorted treasures. Looking on like a kid that was left alone in a candy store, Inu wonders what goodies he should grab first, before realizing that one of the pedestal treasures happened to be the Mole's Devil contract with Raphael, which is immediately designated to be priority number 1 for things to steal first. While safely pocketing Mole's contract, however, Inu begins to notice some kind of strange stick residing atop one of the room's other pedestals, which upon further inspect is revealed to be a quarterstaff called the Staff of Spell Power, which not only gives its wielder a free +1 to their spell save and spell attack rolls, but also grant them the use of a toggleable power that allows their next spell to be cast without using a spell slot. Very important to note, this isn't actually said anywhere on the weapon itself, but much like with Natsu's no brain slug power, this staff ability is a once per long rest option. Yeah, I did kind of know that because it's on the card over here for Arcane Battery. And also, I kind of just assumed it was going to be a once per long rest option. But yeah, it's on the Arcane Battery card on the thing. New weapon in hand for the first time since he got that sword he's only ever used the power of less than a handful of times across the entire game. Inu leaves the treasure room content with the strength of his new bonking stick as he resumes his trek through the half of the building Natsu had originally started on. With L having located the doors leading to the archive, Inu obviously heads to not those doors, which leads him to a new balcony that features a lone rat that mutters to itself in an utterly insane manner over how he swindled his own friends and then ended up here stuck as a rat after making a deal with Raphael to hide him somewhere they'd never find him. Insane rat not really having much else to add, Inu heads over to at least look at the archive door, which leads to him and Elle becoming really confused when Inu passes a seemingly pointless perception check that pings a random interactable wine goblet that couldn't actually be interacted with. I think that might have originally been a secret lever to open the door across from the archive that led to the feast hall, but since Natsu already picked the door open from the other side, the lever was left with nothing to do. Throwing his hands up over the confounding wine goblet, Inu heads back over to the archive entrance after noticing that Hope popped up again and finds her once again panicking over the fact that Raphael will show up to kill everyone if they set off any of the alarms. After then taking a second to catch her breath and calm down, a mostly recentered Hope explains that the archivist is the key needed to get the Orphic Hammer, before a sudden outburst of exploit his weakness and make him grovel nearly gets her caught by the jailer. Now back to the whole bit of having to speak quietly, Inu once again attempts to friends his way into passing his charisma check, only for his friend's advantage to once again disappear with no explanation like the last time he used it on Hope. Thankfully, having been able to brute force his way into passing the whisper check with a single reroll, since as a reminder, if you use any kind of roll boosting action such as guidance or friends and still fail the roll, then you're barred from using any form of them if you try to use a proper reroll to make further attempts on it. Inu is able to coax Hope into explaining that the archivist has a deep-seated fear of authority figures, with one Virilius Receptor, one of Zariel's High Inquisitors, being someone he fears above all others. As Virilius' true form just so happens to be an utterly gargantuan horror beyond mortal comprehension, however, she generally ends up taking on random humanoid guises whenever she shows up to audit Raphael's collection, which works out perfectly for the group due to Inu's status as the greatest bard to ever bard, likely making it so it'll be a cakewalk for him to fake his way into being Virilius. Before Inu can begin his grand performance, though, Natsu asks if it wouldn't be too much trouble if everyone could maybe head over to join him already so they could actually deal with the half-sleeping incubus he's been parked in front of for the past 12 minutes. Once Inu finally makes it up to the room after a series of tightly spaced jumps, he finds himself in the company of a now very awake and alarmingly barely clothed incubus with the face of Raphael named Harlep. Get it? His name is an anagram of race car. Getting straight to the point, Inu states to Harlep that he's here to steal the fancy hammer that Raphael stole, which leads to Harlep getting straight to his point and demanding Inu strip off all his clothes. Bio then really doesn't have a whole lot he can actually write about for the next while, as he had to spend the next 15 minutes straight staring at a solid black screen as Inu repeatedly failed and retried a series of prompts to prevent himself from literally getting fucked to death. So, what number is it that you're trying to pass anyways? I can't even see what this roll is. Don't worry about... Wait, yes you can, Sarge. There's literally a stream right there. Oh, right. Uproar, cackling laughter. Once Inu eventually manages to pass the roll he's spent 13 minutes stuck on, all that time that Bio had spent stuck in the Tosin dimension turns out to have been for nothing when Inu apparently ends up literally bitch-slapping the shape-shifting incubus after rolling a nat 20, when he ends up pissing them off so badly that the entire group ends up being thrown into combat anyway. Yippee! Unfortunately, this still doesn't mean that Inu can actually turn off the Tosin dimension, however, as since the group was thrown into combat so suddenly, his character was apparently left awkwardly standing in the corner butt-ass naked until such a time as Inu's turn eventually rolled around so he could put a shirt on. Once an apparently 70% dead Inu is finally able to find some clothes to wear, Bio is finally able to see shit again, just as Inu realizes that he not only had all his clothes removed during the 15 minutes of blank screen, but all of his weapons as well. Well, this couldn't possibly get any more awkward. Natsu! Time to kill Harlep! Yes, sir! Leaves Harlep with 7 HP. Alright, I stand corrected. Sarge! Time to kill Harlep! Sure thing. Utterly annihilates Harlep by launching 5 point-blank Eldritch Blasts into their face. Why did you use 4, Sarge? You could have used the rest on the imps. You said kill Harlep, and with my dice luck, I wanted to be sure I didn't miss. He's right. He's absolutely right. Never in his life has Sarge been as right as he is now. Harlep and their pet imps now dead, the group fan out to start looting Raphael's personal quarters for any potential super valuables, which sees Inu tripping into a nearby indoor jacuzzi due to his eyes not working right yet after the 15 minutes of blindness, only to discover that the hot tub wasn't full of drowning, but was instead full of instant long rest juice. As everyone else then takes some time to relax in the soothing hell water, Natsu circles his way around the room to steal everything he gets his hands on, which finds him stealing a pretty cool set of gloves off Harlep's corpse that passively boosts spell saves and spell attacks, while also letting people shoot free beams of fire out of their fingers once per short rest. Though since everyone likes the gloves they already have, these Hell Dust gloves sadly end up being kinda useless. And with Raphael's room now cleared out of valuables and everyone having gotten a proper bath for the first time in God knows how long, the group head over to the archive so they'll remember what they were doing for next time, only for Inu to notice that the gloves of huge McMahonroids that Natsu had been combing the place for were actually sitting on one of the pedestals inside the archive. So yeah, recap.
Cap has been
Sarge, where's your wife?
Let me go find out what she is actually doing other than channeling Karlak's ability to dance, apparently.
Yeah,
Hold,
I mean,
please.
she in game, but we still maybe she was waiting until after the recap. I don't know. Am I over encumbered again, or am I just walking slow because okay, it's just because I only clicked like 5 feet next to me. Did I ever put my ship back on? I did. Right. I forgot we're in like bedazzled to look like paupers. That's why.
Yes. Did Elle die? Did I kill Elle from boredom?
No, apparently she's watching a movie while also in YouTube, sort of hearing us while in game. So she's here in spirit, I guess? Question mark?
Alright, well, that's gonna make turns interesting when she's on a delay. Anyway, Archivist, where there he is.
A guest? Are you a client of the Master, or a visitor from elsewhere in the Hells? I do not believe you were invited. One moment. I shall consult the visitor's schedule.
Observe my visitor's schedule.
His eyes
Do you see
flicker
my
back and
invisibility?
forth as if he is reading a book. He has the schedule memorized, or it's carved into his eyelids.
I mean, this is the Hells, so I would say probably carved.
The schedule is all but clear, and yet you are here.
Stop rhyming. Or I'm gonna start criming.
Mind reading time! Gotta read minds. Toss DC 10. No friends.
Weren't you supposed to claim that you were a High Inquisitor to get him to cave?
Oh yeah, but I'm gonna read his thoughts first. Ever didn't have it? Hold on. Reroll real quick. We still have rerolls left, right? At least some of them.
Hopefully.
I think so.
That's better.
No visitors expected, other than Carilla Hearthflame and Virilius Receptor.
Okay, good news. He was
Zariel's
expecting
High
Virilius.
Inquisitor.
Hello, I am Virilius Receptor, Zariel's High Inquisitor.
Honestly surprised that's not at least a 20. Friends.
Yeah, I don't need detect thoughts on right now. I already read his brain. Alright, now let's see if my friends immediately goes away.
Nope, it's
Nope.
there.
Alright, cool. It is just hope then. Never didn't have it.
1,000 apologies, O majestic magistrate of the infernal court. Your mortal guise is so vile, I found it perfectly convincing.
Hello.
Uh-oh.
Prostrate
Hello.
myself before you and kiss your
Hello.
calyces, but my spine is ruptured in 1,000 places.
And it's okay, Bio.
You do know
It's
how
okay.
Raphael likes to play. As always, the archive is yours to peruse. You'll find everything accounted for, and I can present documents of procurement if necessary.
Okay. So when we're focused on him, like for you guys on your screen, is everything super blurry when he's the one in focus for you guys too?
No.
I mean, he has some kind of enchantment thing going on around him.
Because like on my side, it's like things are sort of being shifted slightly to one side and doubled. I think it's coming across in the stream, but yes, I would like to see the hammer, if you please.
An exquisite and most unique artifact, crafted with materials hewn from the depths of the hells by Raphael's Merrigan labor force. As it was created by Raphael himself, we have no documents of procurement, nor do we require any. But if you wish to examine the artifact itself, you are more than welcome. As part of the special collection, that item is guarded by a master word that even I do not know.
But
I
we
suggest you wait
do.
until Raphael returns, and you can discuss the matter with him. You are welcome to relax in the boudoir until then. It is where Raphael conducts his most private matters of business and pleasure. You will need this to gain access. The resident of the boudoir will wish to explore every inch of your new form, and I'm sure you will be happy to share.
Neat.
So I guess that would have been the way in had we not parkoured our way around.
Probably. Where were the gloves at again? I know they're in here somewhere. Ah,
Not me staring at them like a boo from Aladdin.
well, we weren't granted the opportunity to just have them. So that's unfortunate.
Are you able to use the confiscate option? We might have, because I vaguely recall seeing that in the dialogue tree.
I mean, I can give it a shot. Hold on.
I can steal them. I just have to figure out how because I know if they're alarmed.
No, nope.
Oh,
There's no dialogue there anymore. Well, at least I have a save down, so. Although I should probably put the save on after you're good with your equipment or whatever. Let me know.
Yeah, I just finished swapping off my equipment.
Okay. Saving. Got a person coming your way.
That might be worth a look.
There we go. So there is.
I wasn't eyeballing these things as if they were the most delicious thing. I mean, most useful thing on Earth.
So I need. Disarm. Never didn't have it.
Never didn't have it.
Disarmed.
You need me to... No, you did not. All right. I was gonna say, you need me to save again.
I would appreciate a save now before I go to steal this fucking sweet necklace over here.
On it. Nope.
Oh, perception failed. I need someone else to come up and try and perceive the thing I need to disarm over here.
I mean, I'll try, but we all know my perception is dog shit terrible.
Yeah, just let me throw a guidance on you when you get close. Yep. There we go. I was like, I did the thing.
Nope.
Damn it. Okay, let me try on Sarge.
There it is.
There we go. Okay, so Archivist seems to be following you, so if you want to just walk to like the other half of the room.
Oh yeah. Yep. I'll just bring him over here. No, he's stopped
Sarge?
and is now
Staring at
He
Karlak?
might be following Karlak. He is, in fact, following Karlak, yes.
Why does
Oh,
the game default
And
to
now,
Karlak?
now
I
he's
don't get
following
it.
Faith.
Wait. Disarm. Oh. Wait.
Never
Path to
didn't have it.
disarm. And steal.
And save.
Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see here.
All right,
Definitely
fantastic.
nothing to see here.
Nothing missing. Everything exactly in place for where it should be. You know, it's
Deja vu.
oh. Also, there's the Orphic hammer.
Yes.
Where did he say the boudoir is? We're
Isn't
supposed
that
to.
where we?
Oh, we're supposed to go
Where
back
we
to the
were with-
bedroom. Yes.
Yeah. Except we know that that's not going to do anything. Because we already dealt with the incubus that's in there.
Correct.
And B, we already have the password for getting the hammer out.
Yep.
So now, now's we're here. Now's here. Words are failing me tonight, dear Lord. Here is where shit hits the fan. When we take this off the pedestal, there's nothing I can do to stop an alarm from going off. It is going to summon Raphael and alert the entire House of Hope. Although I don't think Raphael shows up immediately here, but he will be on his way. So we have a limited amount of time to take this, run it over to Hope, free her, and then get ready to fight Raphael after.
Would this be a case where one of us being down there would actually fit for magic pocket shenanigans?
Maybe? Eh?
All right, new save before we kick this off. Now is here where words are failing me tonight.
Yeah, that is accurate. He knew that same name.
Willow, have you not seen most of my save names over time in these games?
I
mean,
don't think she has.
look, we have Astral Lion, GG, cats make people hate music, Will not racist anymore, question mark, Dancing Doggo, Goaty, what the fuck, Will, Controls broke, please fix, failed perception check at gate, bad time, Harmless witch hag is harmless, bah, I, yar. Do hireling should eventually be sword get don't die, sanctuary run plan, not to possibly ruins things, taunt Lae'zel maybe, Snow White, big dudes, dumb shit incoming, fuck this shit I'm out, lol Spoder Queen Sudoku, Bard equals win, jump across the gap, MDK the Gobos, steal the idol, there are no bullets, beware the Mephits Mithril, sussy fire shit, reload scuff, prime spot for an ambush, hug robot murder time, public join, one-eyed dragon party time, too legit to quit except we have to, so much stuff, auto doors, bad doors, Flacketh be mad, secret tunnel, internet, please no more Scuffgate, thanks, bye, shit child is a bad loser at hide and seek, everybody good, delicious cookies, money bitch be dead, much rejoicing, sacred penis on the table, lewd, go the fuck to sleep, dumbass, treasure trove, don't forgore, box shield maybe, the great firewall did the thing, quote the Raven, soul coin, story time, vendor stealing fun, lots of dumb, also heavy oak doors, attack, beat up, power word, kill lady, stole her shit, Catherick ho, Catherick's a big whiny baby coward bitch, broken dialogue, please fix, Baldur's Gate, trademark, shit be fucked, shit be sus as hell, I'ma eat it, brain slug, death fog boat, Raphael, murder time, kill the devil, devil be vulnerable, go kill, stop the lady from getting murder shanked, maybe do a murder, robot boys are good experience, lower city go, murder target is ambiguous, Sarge PC go dead, whoops, end of session, got the book, scam de Jin, kill fish people, get arrested apparently, go help kill hags maybe, fight steel watcher, no let Volo die, make my god a boyfriend, storm the building, kill the men, lever blast, mummy jar, organ pots, pick the oranberry, make a poke block, use the nuke, kill the bongle, victory, talk at archivist, took the key, brick chins, kill Satan, and then now is here where words are failing me tonight, you know, it's all very obvious, good save names.
Yeah,
Not too
totally.
possibly ruins things is my favorite.
That is a golden one.
It's a
I
great one.
swear to God.
So anyway, to Sarge's question, did we want to park somebody in Hope's basement, or?
I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't know if it's gonna work, but at the very least, I don't think it's a bad idea.
And we have a save down, so the question is, who makes the most sense to park?
I mean, at the very least, in case there is any lock picking or whatever that has to happen here, I should be here.
And
Right.
I kind of want to be here in case Raphael wants to have a
Straight.
chat before attempting to murder us.
Yeah. So that leaves either me or the wife. I guess
Yes.
the question becomes, which makes more sense to do?
Well, smashy hammer, breaky chain sounds like a strength thing, even though it's definitely not going to be a strength thing. But thematically, I think it makes sense for Karlak to be down there.
Also, Karlak doing a murder smash sounds, very in
In character
Karlak
for Karlak.
Karlak character.
Yes.
In Karlactor? That works, right?
All right, so we just gotta have you run back to Hope's prison, or at least outside of Hope's prison, because there's a spectator that's watching the inside of it.
Yeah, but that's we were fine when we were on the other side of the door before, weren't we?
Yes? Question mark?
Yeah, I think it was
'Cause,
only
like,
because
all of
you had
us were-
gone through the crack in the
All of us were
ceiling.
down there. It was only a problem when you were on the other side of the door.
Huh.
I'm pretty sure, anyway.
Hmm.
You trying to remember where to go?
I'm gonna assume the answer is yes, because I don't remember where the fuck I would be going right now. Unless the wife is completely and utterly distracted.
Yep, seems like it.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm a little tired.
I believe it was at
It's on the far east
southeast
side,
end
just
of the
past
feast
the outer
hall.
portals, right?
No, I don't think it was past the outer portals. Wasn't it in the corner that's just below the outer? Like,
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So-
Like coming
Across
from
the
this
ladder,
direction,
yeah.
if you go down the hallway, it's past the outer portals. If you're like going around the outer rim.
oh, you mean past? Okay, I thought you meant like you had to go into that room and go
No,
somewhere
no,
else.
no,
then.
no.
Yeah. Yes.
Like, you
You are
just travel
correct.
around the
It-
big horseshoe hallway.
Yes, it is the very other end of the semicircle.
If you look on,
Where am I going? What
okay,
am I doing?
okay, pull up the map real quick, Al.
Yes.
Do you see how there's the big horseshoe, and one of the
Yes.
one of the dots on the horseshoe is a different color to the other four, or the other three,
The one on the far right.
bottom right of the four.
So, the yellowish looking one.
Yes, the
compared
one
to
that-
the rest being
Yes.
red.
Yep, the one
Yes.
that's a different color.
Yes.
Go there.
You run to that one.
Okay.
Go there. Go through the hatch.
That it's Hope's prison. We're having you stand there for when I go to take the hammer.
So that we can
Okay.
then bamf the hammer to you, and you can free, you steal the keys, smash the hammer, break the chains, or whatever.
Shut up, Sarge. I hear you laughing.
Yeah, she could walk through the feast hall to get there quicker. It was
I
easier
have
to.
no idea what you're talking about here.
I went through the hatch.
All right, cool.
There's a button and a lever.
Yeah.
It is the Orphic hammer, right within reach. A magical field surrounds the item, preventing you or anyone from touching it. You surmise it's controlled by a vocal component.
I don't surmise
Magic
shit. I
words.
know that that's the case. The incubus told us.
The magic blinks away at your words. The Orphic hammer is within reach, but your theft won't go unnoticed.
Technically, we haven't stolen it yet.
Oh, well, there's an autosave.
There's an autosave.
Well, here we go. Yoink!
Just rang Raphael's dinner bell. This
Okay.
is delightful. You have what you wanted, but you cannot leave lest
Right, because I was
Hell's
closest to
will.
him. That makes sense.
Oh, perfect. I'm not in the conversation, which means I can put my battle
a
gear back
hopeless
on.
situation.
Oh, kitty spoinkity.
Yeah, he just ran off. Okay.
You know, the funny thing is, we could just warp back to fucking camp right now.
You really went and did it, didn't you? The whole house is tumbling down and Raphael's striding across the plains to come catch a mouse. Now swing that big, beautiful hammer, crack open my chains, and let's get out of here. It's time to buy this coop on a hope and a prayer.
Oh, she's so excited.
All right.
Let's do this.
You sound so brave, but we really don't have a choice.
Lady, we want Raphael. This was always the plan.
I've got good news. A bad news. A worst news.
Uh-huh.
Good news. You got what you came for. Successful visit. Great success.
I got my
Fantastic
gloves.
work. Bad
Yep.
news. So many things will be on fire when you step outside of this room. You included. That's okay, though, right? It's hell. You expected it to be hot. Worst news, Raphael's on his way home, and oh boy, he is spitting mad. You planned for this. I know you did. You
Yes,
had
actually.
everything under control.
It's
We wanted
all
to
good.
It's really
we can kick
important that you
his
don't panic, even when your eyes evaporate from the heat.
No,
Come
we're
to my
good.
prison, bring the hammer, break my chains, and then we exit stage any which way.
Right, yeah, Elle's already there. Don't worry about it.
Quick
Yes,
as a
and-
cockroach, lickety split if you don't mind.
Okay, you're holding us up.
Stop talking and we'll get it over with faster. Jesus Christ.
Ah! Okay.
A hell sphere. Okie dokie.
Hellish sphere. Enemies and objects within 3 meters of the sphere at the end of their turn take 6 to 36 fire damage. On a successful save, they still
just-
take half damage.
Spectators. Unless you guys are seeing something else.
We have someone come and fighting us right now.
Yeah, we've got other enemies up here.
I don't know if that's worth it or not, since it's just Eldritch Blast.
Oh, it's gonna be like a save to not fall prone or something probably.
Is it worth it for me to burn an action surge just so we get there faster?
No? Well, I'll save that for the fight with Raphael.
Yeah.
Oh. It moves.
Oh, it moves now.
It moves.
now. Yeah, it's a flaming sphere. But it's a hellish flaming sphere. It's a flaming sphere with a health bar. If it has health, it can bleed. And if it can bleed, it can die! Some more luck with the firearms on this, thank you. That's going for the Raphael fight.
Oh boy.
Okay. What do you mean not enough movement? Plenty of movement, game. I assure you, there's plenty of movement for me to cast hex on this thing. You done with bonking it there, Natsu?
Yeah.
No more death ball. Haha.
You just turned into a boar?
You did just turn into a boar.
Boar K.
By the teeth in my arteries.
Game, let me... Would you let me target things? There we go.
Twisted that bad pun.
Okay, that turned into an imp. Got it. Alright.
What is that in this scenario, Sarge?
Oh, one of the other debtors over there.
Dead. And that's us out of combat for a second. Sarge?
Cool.
Sarge? Sarge?
Oh,
Sarge,
other way.
where the hell are you going?
Losing my sense of direction as per the usual.
It's going to be much quicker to just cut across here, and we won't have to fight as many dudes, probably. As compared to going all the way around.
Lo siento. Lo siento.
Yo, consento. What?
Lo siento. And
Yo quiero poco bien.
this won't kill you, but have fun. Oh, it did kill you. Never mind. I underestimated my murder.
Oh, hey, by the way, Willow, just as a heads up for you, Emblem Micaiah, real good.
Hello. You're within my threatened squares now. Have fun with that.
These men keep blowing themselves up.
I'm turning into imps.
Or boars.
Board K.
Porque why? Yeah, I mean, you missed the legendary Black Knight, who I immediately got Emblem Micaiah and gave her a support with the legendary Black Knight and have been fielding the two of them together basically nonstop.
I don't care about Eldritch Blast. Don't react.
I would have told you on yesterday, but then I was like 3 hours over leaving work. So.
Left my threatened squares. Why didn't I get an attack of Oh, the charm was my reaction to.
What is alive?
That's. That
one seems close. So we'll do like.
Did Elf smash the chains and we just didn't see the cutscene, or does that still need to happen?
Not smashed anything because I have
I think she's in
7
yeah, I think she's in
enemies that would
combat.
love to f me up.
Okay.
But the good news is time is frozen over there.
Yes, I am
Yay.
frozen here until you get here.
Which is great.
So
I mean,
I'm literally just sitting waiting for help.
yeah,
well,
we are working
as long
on
as you're
it.
frozen. Yeah, as long as you're frozen, then we can just let it go.
Let it go. Let it go.
I don't want to hear that song anymore.
Don't ever do anything with Disney then. Rush. Which
Now we're just getting back to the old Terraria days when we demonetized videos by singing Disney for a second too long.
well, we could never have demonetized videos because I never monetized them in the first place.
Yeah, but hypothetically, we demonetized them. So you could run from me? No.
I mean, what really used to
Also-
demonetize things back in the Terraria days was Elle having South Park on in the background.
Oh, yeah, that does it.
I remember the days of Elle watching South Park and having South Park playing in the background while we were recording. That was fun.
Oh no, one eternal debtor.
Oh no, a vengeful Maragon.
What?
Oh no, a corpse.
That sure was combat
Yep.
for a set definition of combat. You know what? You guys have fun running through the fire. I'm just gonna hop up the thing and not run through the fire. All right, we're here, Al. We'll be joining you shortly.
Breathe quiet. Move with care.
Sneaky,
Ah,
sneaky.
The spectator. Not to be confused with the potator.
Double spectators, no less.
Oh.
Wait.
Oh, I'm already pulled in. Damn. I was wondering if I can get closer to the other one if I went back outside and snuck over the hatch.
How
but-
am I not in I've somehow managed to avoid their sight cones.
Okay.
Considering how large
Okay.
their eyes are, that's impressive.
That is
Very
very
impressive.
impressive.
From what I could see, Karlak's not even in their sight cones. What the hell is going on here? Don't,
I jumped here and they immediately aggroed.
well, don't question it, I suppose. See if I can
Mhm.
sneak a little bit more over towards. Hi, Hope. How you doing?
I hope.
Break the crystals.
Break the crystal. Well, yeah.
That the lines are attached to.
Yeah. I don't have the hammer though, and also I'm not anywhere near a crystal, so that's a bit out of the question at the moment. Hey, you! Get hexed.
Oh, now you're in the combat.
Well, yeah, but I started it by doing a thing. At least.
Oh, this hammer's awesome.
Is it?
The wielder has spell resistance.
Ooh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Kids aren't singing "Let It Go" anymore. No, literally no teachers who say days since we don't talk about Bruno was sung signs in their classroom. I see the difference is I could at least
Better
give
song
you
expression.
I could at least give you an approximation of like the melody and stuff for "Let It Go." I could not tell you fuck all about "We Don't Talk About Bruno."
We don't talk about Bruno, no.
Is he on Mars?
No.
No.
The rumor
But
come
also
out.
the better song from that movie was Pressure anyway.
Nice. The rumor come out. Does Bruno Mars is gay?
Does Bruno Mars is gay?
Does he?
I guess the question right now is there anything for Elle to do exactly at this moment?
Well, I don't know. It is her turn in initiative
Well,
order.
all of us are.
We're all in combat, so.
So.
Is Surface Pressure like the sequel to that David Bowie song?
It is now.
Surface pressure.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh boy, 400 XPs.
Oh, is that bad?
Yay,
Am I
Mark.
dying?
All right, fine. I'll have all the ones. Fuck you! I want the ones.
Elle-
Eldritch Blast on
don't
2
care.
targets.
I'm not counterspelling an Eldritch Blast.
Don't anyone dare counterspell an Eldritch Blast. It's a fucking cantrip.
Ooh.
Oh, that's just a hit. I don't care. Shoot me with your stupid Eldritch Blast. See what happens.
Now these are the things that we're actually worried about.
Look, they're just gazers. It's fine.
I'm not gonna use Hellish Rebuke on that. They fly now?
They fly now.
They always did that. I'm not counterspelling Eldritch Blast.
I'm not forcing an Eldritch Blast to miss.
They are fucking me up kind of hard, though. And they also apparently understand the priority of reducing action economy for the opposing side.
Yeah. Unfortunately for them, they are low health and easily removable from combat, so...
Unfortunately for them, I have more potions than God.
Also that. Potion seller.
I'd probably hit one of the ones that are like out here, so Karlak doesn't have to run over there and try and get them next.
Let me see. Oh, we do actually have range out to that one.
Well, that's two of them dead. Why do you... They don't need to be cutting words. They're dead. Game was like, hey, did you want to cutting words those imps? No, they're deceased.
Okay, I can see it on the stream, so I'm not the only one that's seeing this body.
Yeah, it's just
giggling on
swinging
the
to the
side
side.
of it.
Yeah.
Womp womp.
No, Lily's not here, Sarge. There's no womp womp.
Womp womp.
I'll move one more this way. And end turn. There we go.
Ow!
You all focus. Ow. You all focus on the spectator on the right. I'm gonna see if I can fuck up the spectator on the left. Haha, you missed.
Spectator on the left. Where'd he go?
An enemy is moving out of your reach, Sarge.
Spectator on the left is over here.
Good crit.
I couldn't even tell the numbers overlapped one another too much. Combat log, tell me more.
Well, I mean, it was at full health. You dealt 30 damage on a melee crit there, apparently.
Whoa.
Oh, hi
Good
there.
God.
I'm not using haste because I'm saving that for the fight against Raphael. So get bent.
Get
However,
bent, get bent, get bent.
Assuming that we can do a short rest in between then and now, I can use some of my Warlock spell slots to try and smite your ass out of existence. No, I'm not using Luck at the Far Realms.
We only rolled a 23.
Well, I did yeet that gazer into the abyss, and then it just came back.
And then I will use.
Can't say I'm surprised about
Warlock
that,
spell
but
slot.
you know.
Yeetus deletus.
Yeetus
Is-
deletus that fetus.
Okay, what else lives on the map? Oh, I could get more hits on this one. Oh, well,
Yeah, you got more hits in on it, all right.
alright, cool.
Hold on, why did I stop playing music? So, I think somehow...
Natsu flew by.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you somehow prevented me from playing music, friend.
You were so stunned by my killing
Fiddly
of
powers.
2 spectators within a span of 6 seconds that you were just stunned and locked in awe.
I mean, to be fair, that would be rather stunning, I will admit.
I'm not stunned, I'm pining.
He's pining for the fjords! He's joined the choir invisible.
Carl, Waka Waka Flame.
I guess. I can only break this with the hammer.
It might magic pockets its way into your thing, or you could just kill the imp that's behind you.
Oh, I didn't see he was still on this platform. Die.
Die. There we go. You're dangling off the side too, you old jackass.
Out of actions, but I'm right here.
I don't care.
I also don't care. It's fine. Oh, you fell down.
Sick.
Sick.
It exploded.
Hold before we break the shit.
Uh-huh.
Song of Rest, motherfuckers.
Hell yeah.
Recharge those warlock spell slots for us, baby.
Yes, please. Okay. Equip the hammer.
Stop. Hammer time. No. Hope, you can let your one arm down. You don't have to T-pose on us.
No, she has to. She's asserting dominance.
Free! I never thought I would be believed. I could be hoped I might be. Heads will roll!
Hell yeah.
But we must dress the Hollyphant in the room.
Oh, we already did that. They're dead.
Can see how you avoid looking at me. I must be so terribly mutilated after all these decades of torture.
No,
And
you
in
actually
fact,
look
too.
remarkably fine.
Tell me how
Yeah,
bad
you
it
look,
is.
look fine.
Perfectly normal. Look perfectly normal.
Flirt.
You're right. I'm a
That's
bard.
not explicitly a bar, but
Much if they had left me any skin to redden.
You have
See
skin.
if they had not
You do have
torn
skin.
off my leg.
You have lips. Seriously, there is nothing wrong with you.
Mhm.
Physically, at least.
I hope that was a compliment.
It was. I heard Hell cackle in the background. I'm
That's
sorry.
The little version, of course. The likely version is that we are the masses and he is the chopper. Onwards!
Okay, I need to get my usual weapon back on. please.
Onward.
Must be on my way.
Actually, the fact that I was able to swap those is
where
this
is she
currently?
going?
Is this soulbound to me right now? Hold on. Do I need to? Where's my packed weapon feature? So I don't like that I was actually able to just swap weapons like that. That shouldn't have been possible.
There is much in this game that seems to be impossible, but
Warlock. Bind pack weapon, yes. Okay.
Okay.
Now it is for sure soulbound. Okay, I guess we try and leave here now and then probably run straight into Raphael.
Very well.
that's why Hope ran up here. She stapled to Natsu.
Oh, okay. I just followed her because she came over here.
Yeah, same. And that's like, okay, she stapled him. Got it.
Well, I guess let's just make our way back out the way we came in, huh?
Yep.
Whoa. Hope has some leap. I think she leaped from the very top there, all the way down to the central platform.
And it's Hope
Holy-
off the top ropes.
Quite literally.
RKO out of nowhere.
Oh, hi, Hellsphere. You're waiting up here for me? That's cute. Huh. This thing doesn't really seem to be taking all the extra damage from being vulnerable to my shit.
Well, Sarge killed it, so all good.
Nice.
Skadoosh.
Gadoosh.
Be
Alright.
careful, fire.
All right. Just gonna advance towards the exit. Nothing bad could possibly happen.
No, definitely shouldn't use a save point right now or something just in case.
No, definitely not.
I mean, it sure would be a shame if a devil showed up and we ended up Eldritch blasting his ass back into the pit.
You need to know about Raphael. He's almost home now, closer than a kiss. His favorite color is blood.
I don't think I should click it because I assume if he shows up right here and now, it's going to be whoever clicks on the portal talks to him.
Yep, I was gonna give it a save here.
This is going to hurt.
Time slows for a moment.
Yeah, there it is.
The air becomes thicker. The master of the house has come.
Finally!
Master of the house.
Ah, we can finally kick your ass.
Huh? Oh.
Uh-huh.
There are many things in your world that I loathe. Litters of kittens, chattering children.
But these are a few of my
the
favorite
noise,
things.
and the chaos of it all.
It's pronounced
about the
chows.
In my
Children.
world,
Back-to-back musical
in my
references from myself and
house,
Sarge.
There is order, and there is decorum.
Oh yeah, there was until I started
You
fucking it all
came
up.
here Uninvited, and you stole from me. In
Liberated.
doing so, you brought the chaos of your world into mine.
Yep.
I will not abide it.
Well, you don't have to. You're gonna die.
Yeah.
It's over, Raphael. You can't stop me.
I'm not entirely sure that he won't.
Oh, Hope, you are such a piteous thing. All it takes is a crumb from the table and you forget the centuries of starvation. This insolence has earned you centuries more. Corella,
No.
tell our unwelcome guest about your role in their tragic downfall.
I permitted you the freedom to decide your own fate. You could have been smart, selfless, saved the world. Instead, you came here and risked everything.
It's the fatal flaw of mortal kind. Take away their free will and they call you a tyrant. Allow them to indulge it and they become tyrants. You would have been heroes if you'd only dealt fairly with me. Instead, you're not so different to doomed Carsus, overreaching your limits and burning your world to ash.
Wrong! 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 They will save their world and smash you to smithereens.
Yeah, what she said.
It's this charming naivety that makes your company such a joy to me, Hope. I'll even forgive this little rebellion once you're suitably chastised.
This isn't a rebellion. It's a revolt. I'm revolting.
No, you're fine. I told you.
wouldn't say so. Yeah.
Then Hope dies today.
By the way, we killed your boyfriend.
Commander, you can salvage a trophy from these insects when I'm done with them.
These insects struck me down.
Yeah, I was about to say,
beneath
we
the
already
shadow.
kicked his ass
They are worthy.
Who is this
opponents.
dipshit again?
from
I
the
have no
temple
memory of
show.
him.
It's a guy we
Temple
killed
show.
forever ago.
Trophies.
He must not have been memorable if I've completely forgotten him.
He Raphael
You're
met us
correct.
outside the temple, wanted us to come deal with this jackass in there. We ended up accidentally tricking him into being indebted into Raphael. Ringing any bells?
Oh,
It was right after the licking of the spider.
Stop licking the damn thing.
Yeah.
Never. Gives me powers. DC 30 persuasion check, huh? Yeah,
Oh, come on, you got
but
this,
we're
you got
friends.
This. You got this.
Never didn't. No, I don't have it. I'm off by 1.
Oh,
You're
balls.
shitting me.
No.
He's not.
God damn it.
Reroll?
Yep, reroll.
Oh, are we out of rerolls?
Apparently, yes. There was not a reroll option, so yeah, I'm gonna go with
Well, I
yeah.
mean, it happened to inspire us because she was knocked the fuck out, so yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, join the winning side. Friends. Plus 12. So we do need an 18 on the die though, don't we?
Yeah.
That's not it.
So 18, 19, 20, that's a 15% chance.
Thereabouts. Except you're not accounting for advantage.
For the advantage, yeah.
So does that make it then 30 technically?
Well, no, a
Since it's-
50% chance with advantage doesn't suddenly become 100.
No, I said 15 earlier.
Right.
And then I said
But a
30, as in
50%
50,
chance
70.
with advantage doesn't become 100.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
If you only need a 10 and you're rolling with advantage, that does not mean you're guaranteed to pass a roll.
Correct.
You can't just double the value. That's not how it works.
These insects, their skulls will make fine trophies.
There it is. Got it. Never didn't have it.
To stand against a devil in his own home. That takes courage. I'm with you.
Okay.
How tiresome. Am I to understand that you wish to die with them?
I wish to fight with them.
It's all the same in the end. If you have any last words, make it quick. It will only take a moment to finish.
Avada Kedavra.
You know, honestly, I've been hoping to kill your ass since we first met you.
Hope. It always burns you in the end, little mouse.
Yeah, we'll see how big you're talking in like, I don't know,
Down
12
comes
seconds.
the claw.
I'm gonna turn you into a shish kebab, my guy.
Not gonna lie, I love the VA for him.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
Oh man, I'm near the end of initiative. Boo.
Oh, what do you know? He has 666 health.
Yes, Bio, that is the invisible fucker, the one that threw bombs everywhere. Or we threw bombs at him. I think it might have been both.
The singing that's going on right now. Ooh.
Just an
Yes.
FYI, guys. He does have 4 soul pillars, giving him an additional 4d12 fire damage, and a plus 12 bonus to dex checks and saving throws.
Yep.
So it sounds like clear out his supporting staff and wait. The soul pillars themselves are actually the pillars. I'm just dumb.
Yes.
They're the actual pillars, yes.
Deer?
Oh, he's singing at us.
Oh,
Did she fall asleep?
Bell's gone.
I'm gonna go check on her to see if she's okay.
It's okay. We got jam and boss music at the moment.
Things all went black. I can still hear you guys. Black. Oh.
I think you might have dropped.
Game has encountered unrecoverable DirectX error and will shut down.
That's interesting.
Huh.
Apparently, it tries to take out my whole fucking computer with it too. Because all my screens went black. I can still hear everybody. I couldn't see shit.
Huh. Sounds like your. It almost sounds like your graphics card hiccuped. If your screens all
think it
went.
did.
If your screens all went blank.
Yeah,
Or the
it killed.
driver.
Yeah, I think it's the graphics card.
Hey boss, not for nothing, but last time I fought these guys, they kind of kicked my ass, and that blue one is like a gajillion times stronger than they were before. So yeah, I'm with them now.
I don't know if you saw Raphael's entire list of notable features, but the very last one, he's a Soul Reaper.
Yep. He is.
Yeah.
He is in fact a Shinigami, True story.
But I'm not a hollow.
That's
So
what
what?
you think. Well, if you're not a hollow, tell me, where's your soul chain?
He's got you there.
None of you have soul chains either.
Yes, we're all hollows. That's the point.
I mean, I'm a lich, so what do you fucking expect?
And he's the Shinigami here to reap our souls. He might not be from the Hell Arc bio. It could just be that he's one of those characters that Kubo wrote and nobody remembers because there's like a billion of them.
Well,
And before this is like Hanataro's Zanpakuto spirit.
Okay.
So Elle, I
My
don't
mantle full stick. Okay.
know if you caught earlier.
No.
The pillars that he has around the place, the soul pillars, while they are still alive, are each giving him a D12 of fire damage and +3 to his dex saves and his to his dex checks and his saving throws.
So I hear is smash pillars.
Smash pillars, yes.
Karlak, smash. Oh,
Rays of
9 to
fire.
54. Ugh.
Well-
3d6 plus 3d6 plus 3d6.
It's 3d6 being upcasted, like 2 levels, I think, right?
Do I burn my reaction for psionic? No, it's a level 2
I'm-
spell. It would only do
I'm-
2d4.
So does it count? Or is it based on the upcasted level or the original level?
Wait, it's upcasting it?
Well, you don't get 9d6 damage on Rays of Fire as a level 2 spell.
Yeah.
Wouldn't upcasting Rays of Fire just add more rays?
Right. Which I'm... So it hurls 3 rays, but then it's been upcasted. Oh, wait, no. Shit, maybe it
No, it
hasn't.
hasn't.
There's no way that that's 9d6 damage as a level 2 spell. That's insane.
I mean, they are.
Do we
Devil?
want me to counterspell this, given Natsu having access to spells is arguably more important? Because that is a potential fuck whack of damage.
Eh?
I'm
Yeah,
gonna hit
but
it anyway.
He's not the one casting Rays of Fire. Vengeful Cambion is.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and dear, because Bio put it in there, the giant fuck off ogre looking dude is on our side. Green circle. Friend.
Okay.
No, genuinely, Bio is like, in case it did not come through on
Yeah,
when it
we-
was.
No, I got that. He's
We
on our
kicked his
side.
ass so hard that he doesn't want any more smoke.
We kicked his
Doesn't
ass.
want to deal with us at all.
We kicked his ass so hard.
Easy there, Colonel Guile.
That the next bison wallaby is gonna feel it.
Wait, did you say wallaby?
Yeah, because that's what it sounds like he says. Really. Yeah, I know it's wannabe, but it sounds like wallaby. It's great. Fucking love that
really
clip.
have to watch that clip again just so I can. Dear God.
Troopers,
Oh.
we just received new orders.
Oh,
We can all go
so
home.
much. That was a beautiful train wreck, but I will never, honestly, ever forget Raul Julia. He
I'm
just
not that scared
beautiful.
of that. Oh my god. They're determined to kill you with that Rays of Fire.
Oh no, they've gotten closer to me. Whatever will I do?
That way.
Well, that's one pillar dead. That's almost two pillars
So
dead.
close.
Almost. Suckless.
So close. No, I don't care.
Okay.
No, I don't care.
Hellish rebuke. Immediately toast her ass.
Well, that man is.
Bye.
They are now deceased. Hey, Sarge, you resist fire, don't you? Get absolutely fucking dumpstered, loser. Oh, for God's sake, Karlak is resistant to fire.
She's almost at this point made of fire with her infernal engine.
Leave me alone. I'm saving my reaction for Raphael.
Yeah, say ow.
Oh no, your concentration on Friends was broken. Now you'll never remember the hit theme song.
Oh shit, I can't remember it. No. I was going to prove you wrong, but I legit cannot remember it.
No one told you life was
What the
gonna
fuck
be
is he
this
doing?
way.
Raph, what are you doing, bud?
Guy. He's looking for our big friend who smacked him, missed, and then went invisible.
Hey, yeah, I know that these two fuckwits are over here in front of me, but I don't care about their attacks of opportunity.
Oh, he's gonna hit you. You want me to fix that or try
I
to fix
don't
that for
care.
you? Okay.
I don't care.
You could charm him.
Hey, bud. How's it going? You're in for a hurting there, bud.
Yurkir disappeared and Raph is freaking the fuck out because he totally forgot that was a thing Yurkir could do.
10%? What do you mean 10%?
10%.
10% what?
10%.
10% chance to hit.
I mean, the pillars are still active, and I don't know what else he has on him.
Well,
Right?
he,
The pillars don't say anything about adding to AC.
he has 25 decks and an AC of 25, my dude. Raphael's AC is 25.
Oh, here we go. Oh, here we go, baby.
But he's also getting +2 from Fiendish Blessing, and yeah, like his base AC is a 16 +7 from Dex +2 from Fiendish Blessing. Hey Sarge, don't forget there's no work tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. All I can say is, yay! I can stay up till maybe 12.
Oh, neat. We can get done with this and I can help you mod Borderlands. That sounds like a thing I can do.
Yeah.
Detected and
At some point we should probably investigate what weapons you might want for Moe's eventually by acquiring them in advance.
True.
Also,
Yeah.
you haven't hit 72 yet, right?
From what I recall, no. I think we left off at either
I think you were around
67 or
69.
68. Something like that, yeah.
Because you were
Bench
1 or 2
on the
levels
unwelcome
behind me.
guest from her house forever. Oh, I can just revoke guest status on, I guess, one of the vengeful cambions, maybe?
Sorry, what?
I don't know, she has an ability called Revoke Guest Status. It's a level 5 abjuration spell. Hope banishes one of the unwelcome guests from her house forever.
Can you just do it on Raphael?
No, invalid target.
No. Well, that's unfortunate.
But the other Cambions all have a 100% chance to just have me do it to them.
Oh.
So, goodbye.
Burned to ash.
Get the fuck out of my house!
Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck over here.
Raro.
Get over here. Get over there. 2 shots is guaranteed to break you, and then get a shot in on the other pillar. All right.
2 shots of vodka.
1 jump ahead of the. Wait, no.
Also, 2 shots of vodka. Those are rookie numbers. Take 2 shots of Everclear, baby.
Bottle of vodka. I like that. I like the idea here that, like, okay, Hex, right? Dex Hex, 100% chance on Raphael, but he has high defense, so.
Yep.
Oh no, his defense is high. I'm scared. Don't you worry.
I'm super scared.
No, his AC did go down.
Well, yeah, I gave him.
Yeah.
Yes, he's now only because his dex has been decreased by 3. Oh, he's getting bonus dex from being near soul pillars. Right? Yeah, he gains plus.
It
he's
says to his dex checks. I didn't think that was actually adding on to his dex.
Yeah, no,
Huh.
he's getting plus 3 dex for every soul pillar.
Okay, so that's just worded poorly because it makes it sound like it's just adding on to the checks based on dexterity.
Yeah,
That's
no,
what dexterity
but I'm
itself.
like hovering over the ability, right?
No, I'm not doubting you. I'm saying that it's worded poorly.
Yes, no, I agree. It is worded poorly, but that's what's going on there. Is does say his dexterity checks and saving throw. It does not say to his dexterity score, but that is also what it's doing. So that's fascinating. That's a choice.
I also just now saw Willow's response to me singing the Friends theme song.
It is time for Carlock to smash.
Thwarted consumption. Raphael cannot consume soul from this pillar because if he recently took radiant damage or had its souls dispersed by other means.
I mean, honestly,
Oh.
Willow, it really just hasn't been your day, your month, your week, or even your year.
I'll be there for you. Oh, soul pillar activated. Raphael cannot consume souls from the soul pillar to spend on powerful spells, but it is susceptible to radiant damage and other
What the
methods of dispelling.
Fuck
together.
is that?
Well, setting off firecrackers, duh.
Ah, now they're
And
both
not scratching
thwarted.
Now they're
glass?
thwarted.
Does that sound like
You
Okay,
ain't
they're thwarted.
countering shit.
They're not broken, but they are thwarted, so that's good.
Yes, which means
Oh,
you can't
sorry.
use it for
Freak
fancy,
out so hard.
fancy spells this turn.
But it has
She
not
slashed my hand
it
up
has
with
not
it.
removed his dex bonus.
Oh my god, I don't care about these.
Ermagerd, rays of fire.
Fuck off.
Well, maybe they would if you hellish rebuked them to death, like Sarge did.
Fuck off.
Okay, now I can hear the fireworks.
Bop.
I almost slashed my hand pretty decent. It's not bleeding yet.
Alright, Sarge. Nuke from orbit the pillars.
Oh, that's
them-
why that was so loud and sharp. They're literally right next door.
Sarge, never
gonna
mind
say,
the
are they doing it
fireworks.
next
Nuke the
door?
pillars.
I did it again.
It doesn't matter. It's just fireworks, dear.
Artemis was
happen
in
all
my
fucking weekend.
arms and shredded at my hand.
Yeah, that will be an yay! Goodbye, pillar.
Well,
Wait.
one's fully down now.
Well, 3 of them are fully down. We've full broken
Yeah.
3 of the 4.
Oh, I see. I just turned these 2 off.
Yes, you
basically.
turn those 2 off. So that, well, I mean, they're off insofar as that he can't use them to cast big, scary murder spells, but they're but it's on
I've already
insofar.
turned a counter spell.
It's on insofar as that he still has access to his dex bonus from it.
Hmm.
But now he's only getting the dex bonus from one pillar. For everyone that Karlak is resistant to fire. She will be fine. Look, she barely took any damage.
And I kept up my concentration on Crusader's Mantle.
Doomed, detected, and
Oh, look at that. His dex is now down to 19.
All
and he has
right,
mace
I
of
will
23.
dodge. Okay.
Who'd you call a hoe?
You a
Madre.
you a hoe. What? Oh, that's invisible guy. I was like, why is it focusing on that empty corner? God, you're even on our side. You're such a bitch.
This is what I was waiting for. Oh. Yeah, it was still worth the effort.
Fiendus Ascension.
What you doing there, bud?
Soul Overcharge.
Uh-oh.
Raging Inferno.
What?
Oh shit.
Oh! 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 Oh no! Oh, he already had souls. It doesn't matter that we turned off the pillars. He already had souls to do bullshit like that.
Okay. No, it's fine.
That's a
Yeah,
problem.
I see the problem.
Hold on. I can at least get myself back up using hope, using healing word.
Oh, okay.
Or mass healing word to be able to affect multiple people.
Okay, that works.
Wait.
Okay, you're back on your feet.
Wait, when did Hellfire get on me?
He smacked you too.
Okay.
Yeah, he like walked up and poked you, I think. Maybe? Oh no, you're just standing on Hellfire.
Yeah, I just don't know when the Hellfire got
It
up
got
there.
flung at you at some point.
Yeah.
Yes, that's fine. I want to cure. Thank you. And now, since I've already broken melee range, I might as well back up a little further.
Natsu, do you need me to do something about your health? That's a no. Okay.
I mean, I'm still at half, and I don't have an action this turn, and my haste is now gone because I got knocked down.
And Hellfire
So I'm
goes
not.
up to
I'm not
36
going to be
points.
doing anything else this turn, but
Okay. Okay. I've got an idea. I have an idea. Should be fine, probably. Willow, fact check me on this. This game has not paid attention to the normal rules of you not being able to cast 2 leveled spells so long as one is an action and one is a bonus action, right?
I believe that's accurate.
Okay, good.
Just said correct, so.
Thought so. Time to toggle on my arcane battery so that I can just cast whatever I want at the highest level possible without actually burning a spell slot. Now, fire is not going to be useful. What will be useful? Started getting XP again. I mean, we've been getting XPs the whole time.
No, I got 75 XP right off the bat for 3 back-to-back messages, and it stopped giving me XP.
Oh, you meant on... I was going to say, we've been gaining experience. What are you talking about?
So I was just examining Raphael. He'll be in that form for 3 turns according to the counter.
And the
Gross.
the form does what exactly?
So if I'm understanding this, Ascended Fiend. He has gorged on souls and enhanced his fiendish powers, granting him an even deadlier array of spells and abilities. In this form, Soul Overcharge will not prevent him from using souls to cast spells, and he does have a soul charge on him.
Yes.
Charge. need a bottle can. I need a bottle cap.
I need a bottle can
Bottle
opener.
can opener.
Sarge, bottle can opener stat.
I need a bottle cap.
Yeah, I need a Bamblance.
Okay.
Bam, 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 ambulance.
Closest I got to a bottle can opener.
Goddamn deer came up out of the woods, came up and bit me right in the back of the neck. Now I need a Bamblance.
She's
Poison
a
resistant cold
skittish
resistant.
one.
No, I don't blame her.
Old as fuck otherwise, but skittish as fuck.
Okay, so
for
poison,
random ass
cold,
reasons.
thunder, and fire are all kind of right out in terms of actually dealing damage.
There was a firework. You're freaking.
It'll be a mess all weekend.
It means cloud kill isn't really going to do much here. That's sad.
Oh,
now there's
Pumpkin, you
call
look so
lightning.
confused.
Wow, I actually don't really have
Here's your
much
tail.
to burn arcane battery doing right now. That's kind of
Touch your
annoying.
tail.
You could heal your friends.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm
So
looking at
cool.
this point. It's just I was hoping I could actually, I don't know, turn something on that's gonna be.
What is with the XP? I was wondering about that.
Do you get a benefit from upcasting on Warden of Vitality? No, there's no reason to upcast it. Okay. All right, so let's do in that case. Where have you gone? You're down there. Get you some health.
Yay.
And then
And then
it's not concentration based. So let's cast the Warden of Vitality.
hell yeah.
Oh, my socks. Free the toes.
Get the rippers out.
Mm-hmm.
Does
The
mean I didn't
power.
contribute to breaking that last pillar though, but
That's okay. As long as Carly hits it again, he won't be able to get more souls out of it.
true story.
Should I hit it, or should I just let Sarge murder it?
No.
And should I start beating on fucking Raphael?
While that pillar's still up, you're gonna have a harder time hitting him because he's still
Yeah.
getting bonus dex from it.
And I hit that.
Yeah, murder pillar. Murder it hard.
The other thing is looking at Raph's character sheet, Sarge is actually our best source of damage here because he resists basically all of the like slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning he has resistance for.
Oh,
He-
don't worry. When I stand next to him, it doesn't matter that he has resistance to
Well,
piercing.
no,
I turn it
not
into
for
vulnerability.
you, no, but
Well, for anyone. As long as I'm next to
Lost
him,
the
he has
radiant damage.
piercing vulnerability. I just need to get the fuck out of dodge and heal up a little bit before I went back over there.
yeah, understandable.
Okay. How much health does this one have? They're still almost at full, right? Oh, but I don't. No, I'm just gonna charm. Just so I also stop getting this fucking prompt. Leave me alone.
Ow.
That's not what I wanted, but okay.
It might not be what you wanted, but it is what you got.
What you got?
Uh-huh. Where the fuck's the invisible guy, man? Oh god.
Okay.
Sarge,
Oh,
break
this
the
is a
pillar.
problem. Well, I'm definitely going to die.
We can bring you back up.
It's fine.
I can't break the pillar because my path is interrupted. By what, I'm not 100% sure other than the Cambions.
It's gotta be the
It's gotta be the
Cambions.
Cambions.
Alright, how do I do this? Simply because if I go too far, effectively
Misty Step.
stepping. I don't have Misty Step?
Yo, you gonna have a scroll for it?
Hold on, I see Featherfall, Chain Lightning.
That pillar
Medic.
broken?
No, the
No, the
pillar
pillar's
is
still up.
still up. Still got 47 health.
No, I do not have a scroll for that, Hatsu.
Well, shit.
Well, no matter what, let's do this. If I move here, I only suffer one attack of opportunity. Am I...
Hellfire ignores resistance and immunity to fire damage.
Alright.
Okay. I had disadvantage, so I'd rather dump what I did and make sure I actually got it down.
Yeah.
So, I believe that is... yeah, that's everything I can do right now. Probably on me, so,
Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably best to counterspell that, yeah.
I am now out of my level 3 slots.
Gerber! Okay, who's he gonna nuke?
He's gonna
Oh,
rip
he didn't.
Karlak a new fuckhole. And then light her
Is that
on
full parties?
fire.
Huh.
And now he's just mad that Yerler, your gear is all invisible and shit.
Yours, yeah, invisible.
He spent his last soul.
I'm not gonna lie, he's proving to be useful if only because it's pissing Raphael off.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't even matter. I lost the effect of the sword because I'm not a gift.
He is not. He's not vulnerable to radiant. I'm looking at his card. There's no vulnerability to radiance going on here.
I have a radiant attack I can make, but I had to use a different action, so I couldn't use it.
But at least he doesn't resist radiant, so that's kind of the important thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the only thing to be worried about is the fleeting protection on his Cambions.
Cause I'm a healing machine. I still got more potions to throw.
I was honestly waiting for that to miss.
It's not the 44, 10d4. Isn't there a in between? Where's the health potion? I'm not there. It is 8d4.
Get some health onto Karlak.
Alright, you're back to full. I'm almost back to full. Cool. Ah, right. You. Oh, I have revoked guest stats back again?
Useful.
Goodbye. Karlak still could use some extra health.
I did what I could to get her some health while still, like, being able to whittle down Raph.
Let's get everyone.
Alright, game, whatever. Casting spells is bull. Like, cause I'm raging. Try this.
Now you hit those.
He's a scared little baby. Can't move. Disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls.
Damn. A little extra damage though.
Yeah, sure.
Now we'll go stab Sarge instead. Or me. That works too.
Okay, should I start working on these Cambions or just continue targeting?
Nuke the hell out of Raph. Reminder, if you
He's
can
far more
knock him
dangerous
down
than the
and
action
make him
economy.
scared, he doesn't get a turn. Like, making him prone and fearing him is the best possible outcome.
Game, are you actually fucking with me?
What?
It is telling me path is interrupted.
Possibly.
I could literally see.
Shuffle slightly more to your, like, southeast.
I can't. I'm at my max movement range unless I
Well,
dash, I guess, but I don't recall if that takes up my action.
It does,
it is
yeah.
an action. So it sounds like you're targeting Cambions this round. This one's almost dead. And then the other ones are almost equivalent.
Like, had you not been able to shoot him from where you were in the first place?
Probably not. There's a lot of
Cambions surrounding me.
Yeah, well, disadvantage was...
And I would have been in line with Karlak still. Is the
Yeah,
other problem.
But you can't hit
Yeah.
your... Like, if you're
But
targeting...
apparently they can serve as a block, so she was straight line between me and Raphael.
yeah, it's still a line of sight issue at that point. You're frightened.
He's so Myed. Karlak is kind of like a staircase railing if you blur your eyes and also close them entirely.
Get fucked.
Another one down, another one down, another one down.
Another one rides the bus.
I know it's a low percent, but come on, game. It's still roughly half.
I like that you and I can both have him hexed simultaneously. That's fun.
Teehee.
You know, so can I. Did you both hit him with Dex for your
Yes,
Hex?
I hit him with
Yeah.
Dex, and Sarge also hit him with Dex.
That seems pointless. I'm gonna hit him with Strength.
Oh, you don't want to
Wisdom?
triple hit him with Dex?
It doesn't do anything extra!
Other than, like, dumpster on
back.
him.
I don't
It's
think
the ultimate
Strength's gonna
insult.
come up.
We want to deal more damage to you, but we don't think you're threatening enough to disable 3 of your ability scores.
Wisdom might come up. I'll hex his wisdom.
I kind of default the Dex for reasons of Fireball, but he's also immune to Fireballs. And heavily resistant to Lightning, which is the other thing you want Dex for, so... Okay. You done with your instabbing there, Natsu?
Well, I have to do stuff with Hope. I just
Yes,
don't know
but
what to do
like
with her.
you are done with
Oh,
your
yes,
own stat. Okay.
yes, yes.
Because
yes,
I
yes,
didn't
yes,
want to
yes.
Eldritch Blast the man, like potentially away from you, until such time as I knew you were done.
Appreciated.
One day.
Yeah, attack of opportunity, you bitch. Haha. Get ragdolled into the wall, loser. And now I will play the power. The unlimited power! And also push him more into line for Sarge to be able to zappy zap him.
Until somehow, like, 1 pixel obscures my ability to do anything.
Curse you, Perry the
Yes,
platypus.
Harry, I understand.
Curse you, Platty the platypus.
Okay, I'm still.
Why did they had a why didn't Metaphor have a parapus named Platty? Where was Platty the parapus? I'm actually annoyed about that now.
I don't think that would work. Let's see.
You hold big summer blowout.
This one. Alright, we'll just do that. Oh. Okay.
Bruh. No.
Wow, 50-50 odds on hitting him. Hold on, that raises a question. If I literally go slightly up the stairs, game, I don't want to go up and around
Sarge,
the
if
corner.
you can
Stop
hit
trying
him, just take the shot.
I wanted to see something real quick.
Path
Nope,
is now
still
blocked.
Oh, that's why I'm having such a hard time hitting. When he fucking knocked me to 0 earlier, he put a condition on me called Severed Soul. I have disadvantage on attack rolls and all ability checks until Restore Soul is cast on a Soul Pillar or Raphael.
Then I'll grind you to dust.
Hey, look at that. Restore Soul. Overcome your soul wrench state by reclaiming your soul from Raphael or a soul. Okay, yeah, I would like to have my soul back, please.
Fight, struggle, beg. It'll make no difference.
Especially now that you're not in your Uber form anymore.
And he's prone.
And is he also scared? Because that would be very useful. Oh, he's not. No,
no.
he's not afraid. That's sad. Because he wouldn't have a turn if he was afraid.
And my turn comes before him.
Coup de grace. Coup de grace.
Okay. Oh, Divine Smite 3.
Good crit. Good crit.
Get fucking shit on you, old son of a bitch.
Get fucking crapped on, you fucking jackass. Alright, time to reapply Hex on this man. And then yeet. Get out my face, bitch.
I love the slow walk over.
Well,
He walking.
well, he's encumbered for some reason.
Yeah, it couldn't be the armor I immediately
Monstrous
picked
that
up
any
off
of us
of
are alive.
Raphael.
Maybe we're not. Pinch yourself and check we're not dreaming the last of our lives as we die screaming.
Stop rhyming or I'm gonna start crying.
Oh, look, the entirely expected outcome from everyone constantly telling us not to fight Raphael has occurred. How entirely
It's just about
unexpected
quite
this,
all right with the
this
amount of
expected
fight he put
outcome
up.
was.
If anything, I would have preferred less. What a wonderful, jubilant, glorious day. But my poor sister, Corilla.
Your sister?
It's not right that she died. And that makes me want to weep an ocean.
I mean, we knew she had a sister that was kind of a bitch because I read about it in a book last week.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Number 2, my lord?
That's what I'm thinking, yeah.
When we were children, she always kept the last piece of pastry for me and bloodied the nose of the bullies who pulled my hair. She was my sister. But as a wise woman once said, there's no point in crying over spilt blood. We must go on. And despite all
You know
the
what?
years I've
Close
lost,
enough.
I have enough love in my heart to guide you home.
For the first time since you heard her voice, hope seems calm, and the peace flows from her into you, soothing your very soul.
Yeah,
Nowhere but here. I don't quite think I know where anywhere else is anymore. With a lick of paint and a thorough cleaning, this could be a lovely little house. And I can hardly leave. After all, who would ever want to think of hell without hope? I hope I'll see Corilla again one day, and that she'll say sorry, and I'll tell her she's forgiven.
Oh.
I hope I find all the pieces of my mind that fell out of my head over all those years, and that I'll be able to put myself back together again. I hope the echoes of pain will fade, and memories of sorrow will die, and that you'll visit me here someday.
Oh, absolutely.
And
You
I
are a
hope
joy.
you have a happy ending of your own.
Oh, I've already had at least 2.
And the gloves of soul catching. Soul Fist. Your unarmed attacks deal an extra 1d10 force damage. Soul catching, once per turn on an unarmed hit, you regain 10 hit points. Alternatively, you may forego healing to gain advantage on attack rolls and saving throws until the end of your next turn. Constitution plus 2 up to 20. That's a fucking god tier piece of gloves for a bard, or for a not a bard, a monk.
Yeah,
ain't it?
bard. Yeah. I was like, they really want people to roll a monk in this game. Holy shit.
Well, I mean, somebody has to want people to play a monk because it's sure as fuck not wizards.
All right, so his armor, Helldusk armor, 21 AC, legendary heavy armor. Helldusk armor is a trait also. So it's not just the name; it's also a trait on it. It says you're considered proficient with this armor while wearing it. So it doesn't matter what your armor proficiency is; you can wear it. Infernal Retribution. When you succeed a saving throw, the caster receives burning for 3 turns. And Prime Aegis of Fire. You have resistance to fire damage and cannot be burned. You take 3 less damage from all sources, and it also grants you fly as a spell, not like a permanent effect. Does Karlak want this, considering you can be proficient with it because of its own inherent ability?
What?
Does heavy armor, or does armor of any
I
kind
don't wear heavy
interfere-
armor.
Right, but like that you'd be proficient with it anyways. My only question is, does wearing armor interfere with rage?
Oh, it might.
Because that might be the problem. If rage is hindered by wearing armor.
I think it is, and that's why I haven't worn anything other than.
Hold on,
Oh,
checking.
barbarians can naturally wear up to medium,
Enter rage.
What?
and medium doesn't interfere with rage.
Wielding or wearing heavy armor imposes the rage impeded condition, removing most of the benefits of rage.
Ah, okay.
So yes, there's no point in her wearing heavy armor.
Okay, do either of you want this then? Because I'm sticking with my ballast armor, so
And Sarge certainly
We
doesn't want it.
already have
It's
my
not
shit
good
on,
for
so
him.
no.
So I what did you say the bonus on saves was?
when you succeed on a saving throw, the caster receives burning for 3 turns.
Gotcha.
Which is a D4 fire damage
Yeah,
each turn.
yeah.
And then it gives you resistance to fire damage, and you can't be burned, and you take 3 less damage from all sources.
So it's better damage mitigation than I've got, except that I then lose my passive blade ward, where I'm getting bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing resistance, as well as the extra D4 to all my saving throws. So even though it's like 1 more AC, I think I still prefer the damage mitigation that I've got here as opposed to extra, like, just having resistance to fire as opposed to, slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning.
Okay, well, into the chest it goes.
Raph's Diary, Chapter 1. A chapter from a diary penned in Raph's cyberitic hand. While I have, over many a sumptuous season, cast the net of my contractual predilections both far and wide, never have I been so attracted to mortals as I am to those infested by the tadpole. These particular fish find themselves splashing toward their doom, toward a steel hook unblemished by bait. How they resist the current, how inexorable its whelm, its tug, its dark undertow. The other end of the fishing pole, the illithid. How their tentacles must quiver like cooled jelly at the prospect of more catches, more and more, each day along the troubled riverbank. This process has a name I sample now aloud to savor its taste. Ceramorphosis. I shall make crafty use of this development, for with the hook glinting and death so close, what could loom larger in the stricken fish's mind than the prospect of rescue? Last night I dreamt of a river. Waist deep I waded it. Rusted hooks curled up from the water like snaggled teeth of something ancient and diseased and submerged. The moon over the water cracked and fire flew out on the stubby wings of gormless, insanely chirping chicks. They transformed into wriggling oblongs like sperm, yet by the time they hit the water they were fish with scales of orange and gold. There came a rushing sound, the dark water ablaze as if the fish were matches and the river a snake of oil. Approaching me out of the flames came the tadpole infested. There was one among them who spoke for the rest. They gestured to the melting hooks, suddenly glanced my way, and in their face I saw they had the best of me. In waking, my courage is firmed. I progress my plans for the tadpole even now. I am Raphael. I am not easily bested. Aged like milk, that one.
What's Karlak's constitution and what? Oh, you have the perioptive wound closure. Right. What is your constitution? 17.
The plot thickens, goes the aphorism, entirely inadequate. The plot mutates, it fluctuates. I've conceived no less than 13 variations by which I might seize the crown of Karsus, yet in the tumult of this eternally flowing river of schemes, I, the most careful of fishermen, finds his catch elusive and difficult to wrangle. Even in cooperation, such ambiguity and delicious surprise. But the hook is snagged, the doom of Ceramorphosis is abated, yet they could not predict, could they, that in leaving behind the river they have in fact welcomed the fishbowl? I am master here, a prince of bargains, cloaked in cunning like scarlet satin. All that hidden under sublimely obvious truths that cannot be discounted. So the fisherman reels, the tadpole are my catch. Struggle as they might, writhe as they wish, flop and squirm and thresh with every ounce of strength. No matter. By all the reeking flames of hell, I will not be denied.
Except you were.
Again, aged like milk.
Hey, Elle, do you want a necklace for Karlak that sets your constitution to 23 and gives you advantage on con saving throw checks?
Yes.
That's what I figured. Especially because that'll also allow you to respec and just completely dump stat constitution because the necklace is just going to fix it for you.
This one. Whee!
Who's that bald capybara?
You fought well. We could use such strength in the Blood War. Now I'm free of Raphael's blasted contract. I can return to the front lines.
Good luck, Irgir.
And you are a worthy ally. Whoever your enemies are,
Ally.
they have good reason to fear you. And I'll gladly lend you my skills against them when the time
Oh,
comes.
hell yeah.
Until then,
You can go turn invisible against another brain,
you're a
sure.
finer hunter than any wolf.
But your grr.
Irgir.
Murder.
Sarge, did you even play fucking Bravely Default?
Yes, I never finished it, but I am aware of it. I have played it.
Did Natsu ever play Bravely Default?
I own it, have not played it.
That's a shame. Wait,
Yeah, I'm going to get to it at some point.
Well, first you have to finish Persona.
I finished Persona. What are you talking about?
first you have to finish not Persona.
Metaphor?
Yeah, Metaphor.
There we go.
Yes, I'm almost done with Metaphor.
Until you put it down for X amount of time and have to restart it.
I was just playing it today.
No, sweet. Now he's gonna show up out of nowhere and shout "Boo!" to scare the fuck out of the big brain, and also to confuse Boo. Who calls upon the miniature giant space hamster? So, good job, everyone. We killed Raph. Finally. No,
Good
I'm
news,
checking.
everyone.
I'm checking the thing right now. Checking the quest journal. Hold on.
Oh.
Okay. Do you still need to go beat the shit out of Gortash?
That'll be fun.
Gather your allies. Yeah, we're doing well on that. Deal with the devil complete. We made our own deal with the devil by defeating him once and for all. Yeah, free Orpheus. I mean, we could do that. We have the hammer. We have
I mean,
the
it says
hammer.
We should wait for our next opportunity to enter the astral prison and free Orpheus.
We could take the hammer to Voss. We're not going to, but we could. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just like go kill Gortash is sort of our next thing, ain't it?
Well, we also still have the Astral Lion bit.
Sorry, the what?
Sounds okay.
Astral Lion bit.
No, the thing we said we didn't care about?
No, you all said you didn't care about bringing him there.
Oh,
for
yeah,
his
right,
story.
right. Right, we can actually still go to the place even without him, that's true.
Yes.
Alright, we're done with looting, yeah? Everything's been
Yes.
scooped?
Yeah?
Yes, the place where Sarge's other weapon
Find
is.
your way into the devil's lair.
Sure did.
Risk mind, limb, and freedom.
Why are you talking to Sarge?
I have no fucking clue.
Because he doesn't like you anymore.
I hope your ambitions end there.
Fuck you.
I've already told you that the Githyanki prince only wants to see you dead.
Fuck you.
But it seems you still do not trust me.
I do trust you.
Oh,
I just
really?
like to have
It's not
insurance.
my definition of trust.
Cram
You
it,
are
tentacle boy.
falling into the same trap as the chosen. Their distrust of one another is their undoing. We must not make the same mistake. We must work together.
He doesn't like you, and he super doesn't like Natsu anymore after what he saw him do to and with Missouri.
What? No, he's chill with it.
I mean,
Me, the
I
Emperor,
won't-
and
I won't use the hammer. That doesn't mean someone in my party won't.
But that you felt you needed to have it at all tells me that you are not worthy of that trust. After all we shared,
What do you mean after all we've shared?
Nonetheless,
Yeah, he's not
our
me.
fates are bound. And in the absence of a happier union, I will accept a useful one. You may think yourself ingenious for having slain a devil, but you have merely ironed out a wrinkle. The Elder Brain will not be such an easy foe.
Shut the hell up,
It
Squid
is
Face. You'll
time for
never
this
be
hard
omelet.
journey to find it.
This is true.
Yeah, anyway, me, the Emperor, and Missouri are a polythruple. A power polythruple at that.
That kind of makes me want to throw up my dinner now. Just, yeah.
My dinner was soup, so that would be difficult.
Soup. Good soup.
Trips to the hells are usually one way, especially when the traveler causes the kind of trouble you did. I knew you were a thief, didn't realize you were a killer. Raphael's death is already causing quite a stir across the hells. It's a rare thing for a mortal to slay a devil of his stature. I'm impressed, and just a little bit intimidated. Your coin is always welcome here. And so are you, Devil Slayer.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, come back. I wanted to see if you had more things to sell. Oh, you're still right there. Okay. Showing you guys.
What might be worth a look game?
That
A
might be
monster's
worth a
horn?
look.
I want all the horns off a war devil.
Okay.
War devil
The
horns.
monster horns.
Or war devil horns, apparently. I'm not sure if there's any more significance to that or not, but
Within the ball, you see Raphael, broken and bloody, dangling above the maw of the archdevil Mephistopheles, who is preparing to devour him.
oh,
Within the ball, you see Raphael, broken and bloody, dangling above the maw of the archdevil Mephistopheles, who is preparing to devour him. Within the ball, you see Raphael, broken and bloody, dangling above the maw
You know, it's just
of
not the same when
archdevil
we don't have the ability to
Yeah,
spam it.
it's not the same when it's just like hit. Here lies with the war.
So you have to go.
With them all. With them all.
Honor of the Dimsdale with them all.
I'm Doug Dimmadome. I'm Doug Withermore. I'm from Dimsdale Withermore. Can't cut that line off, and there's just no point. Yeah, it's very sad. Cazador is
West of us.
yes.
Almost.
Yep.
Almost immediately next
Almost,
to where we found
almost
Hellswitch.
due west of us. Yeah.
So we have a graveyard marked northeast of us, but I don't think we have any quest for there, so I don't know.
No. Oh,
Oh.
well, it is due west of us, but we have to like get in there somehow, which is probably gonna be through this little side gate over here.
Oh man, I should be able to fly. This is bullcrap. Hey, new
Waypoint
waypoint.
discovered.
Bits of the book were downright naughty. Morgan, please. We're in public.
Bloomridge Park.
Let's race your part. It's a bit loud.
Mm-hmm.
The book's
We redden our steel by the light of day in his name. You are our lamb, ready for slaughter.
But
I claim you.
do you
little
not know what
lamb,
we already did to your cult?
for Baal.
Do you know who I am?
Okay, easy, Karen.
What? What? Why? What the? Why? Why did you kill that random civilian?
Siren or Kieran, depending on however that's pronounced.
It's
has an
pronounced
aura of
Karen.
murder. Aura of murder, unstoppable for. Prey upon the weak. I'm guessing another cultist.
Eugenie Kenridge?
Lit wicked slit killer? Huh? I don't know if that's what you actually said. My brain's already lost the words that you said.
Wicked.
Skippity-doo.
Open the dialogue box. Limp-witted slick liquor. Okay. Well, at least it said slick liquor and not slit liquor. That has entirely different connotations. Wouldn't be an insult at that point.
What? What I don't understand is the highest level of these fuckers is level 8. What did they think they were going to do here exactly?
Oh, if we kill them, we'll get a promotion.
Fucking Clarv over here is level 3. So sinister hooded man.
Because our numbers are bigger than yours.
You see, girly. See, we were interested in the Astral Lion romance at one point, and then he was a dick to Elle. Sarge, that man had 28 health. I don't think you needed all 3 bolts to kill them.
I have railings in the way elsewhere, so there is no kill like motherfucking overkill.
I mean, fair enough.
Also, I want a spot. There's a broken bit of railing there, which means I can shoot over it.
Alright, who's closest? That's hands ball Spalder.
Sarge. Sarge is closest, I think.
That's not Karlach. I'd be a valid target if this was Karlach.
Yeah.
I mean, it's either you or Karlach that are closest. He didn't ask which enemy was closest. He asked who was closest.
Fair.
I answered the question.
That is fair.
While completely ignoring implied terms and agreements, as per usual.
I don't understand subtlety. Oh, they have a bunch of stacks of Unstoppable,
I know.
apparently.
I know, that's why I'm hitting them to get rid of it. Oh,
Except
last one missed.
for that one. That was a freebie.
You know, I don't like you. Goodbye.
I don't want to talk to you anymore, you empty-headed animal. No more Unstoppable for you, Karen. Probably should have done that first.
Keep out of this, Captain. Do not forget.
Who,
What?
who the fuck are you talking to?
Huh?
Huh?
Of course, I just thought you might need
Huh?
assistance.
What?
You feel an all too familiar squirm
What?
in the recesses of your mind. The fist has a tadpole.
What is going on?
Not I. We. And we do not serve.
Who the hell is Manip Adnoza?
Defective. Very well. Another offering to Baal.
Huh?
What the fuck
Huh?
is happening?
I don't even... what?
Are we still stripping on sulfur fumes? Yeah, I think so.
Probably.
Well, at least I know
What the
who Manip Adnoza is now.
What the fuck stunned me at some point?
Stunning gaze.
What's her face? Yeah, the Karen gotcha.
Yeah,
That bitch.
Karen hit you with a stunning gaze.
I mean, let's face it, all Karens do result in some degree of psychic damage and, you know, psychic stunning.
Oh no, that man became invisible.
Let's see. Path is interrupted. Path is interrupted. Game, I swear to God. Some days, man.
No, Thursday, actually.
Fuck it. I can't mess with that.
Yes, game. It's my turn, but I'm stunned. We can move on. We can move on.
Well, it's
Game?
no, it's my turn.
It's Inu's turn.
Oh, okay. It was saying that it was my turn, and I thought it was like holding us up. I was like, no, we can keep going.
No, but it's my
Damn
turn
it,
though.
why are you holding us up?
Okay, well,
Well,
breaking her
usually it's
concentration
pain.
on stunning gaze didn't work. Okay, I guess you weren't close enough to get the healing radiance. It said nearby, but
you're-
it didn't display a range, so...
Yeah, you're like 15 feet above me.
Yeah, but
And
like
as we all know,
it didn't
a
display
height
any
difference-
range at all.
Yeah, but a height difference of a half foot in this game is enough to make shit not hit.
Yeah.
So,
Half a foot might as well be on the other side of the universe.
yes.
Bum, bum, bum.
Now Fist Bella is stunned.
Which means I'm not anymore. Yayifications.
Yayifications indeed.
Let this murder be his sacrament.
Well, rip Manip and Ednoza pretty soon.
No, because they already had their turn. So there's no one else immediately nearby that would be attacking them.
I'm just waiting for Garlic to unleash, like, Cleaving Strike or something.
Okay,
Yeah.
more unstoppables.
Stupid unstoppable stacks.
How come we can't get unstoppable stacks?
Yeah, this is bullshit.
Hello, Fist Pard. You wanna like do
Pard me.
Pardon.
Pardon.
Yeah. Do you think his girlfriend's name is me, so that when they're going at it, it's Pardon me?
Yes.
No, it's getting me pardon.
Oh, hi, bitch. Bye, bitch.
Bye.
Bye, Felicia.
Oh, Felicity.
Bye, bitch.
Oh, hey, Willow's left the chat. Bio, you can take your #1 spot now.
Yes, Bio, reclaim your crown as it so rightfully is deserved.
Where is the
Bio
last
number 1.
Reaper?
Bio number 1. Invisible.
I am number one.
Oh, right. Right.
That guy's dead
I
now.
mean, it's not like you
Yeah,
have
number
any
one.
way of seeing anything invisible.
No, definitely
No,
not.
no.
That'd be crazy.
I was crazy once. They locked me in a
That's
room.
crazy, Doc. That's
A rubber
crazy.
room.
I'm not
Filled with
crazy.
rubber
You're crazy. Especially you now.
Hey.
No, so I have to ask.
Vegeta.
Have you seen or heard anything of the big green dub for Dragon Ball?
This mind is small, fragile. Listen now.
Yeah, Carl, like you listen.
Yeah, Carl, like you listen.
Ah, elephant wisdom.
Wisdom from a barbarian. That's terrifying.
I'm gonna try it.
You want me to save before you make the roll?
DC2.
DC2. There is a 5% chance.
There is a 5% chance.
Never
I
didn't
got
have it.
Never didn't have it.
Entering her mind is like stepping aboard a sinking ship. The architecture of her consciousness buckles and collapses. Thoughts yield to a flood of overwhelming power. The Elder Brain.
Do not waste time. This mind cannot bear us. It turns to liquid. Listen, just listen. We learn. We grow. Loosen our clumsy bindings. Aid us. Necromancer dead. Changeling fallen. Only tyrant remains. Kill him. You have a place in my grand design.
I fucking hate that.
What happened? Why do I taste copper?
Oh, sorry, friend. You're dead.
Well, Carlax, oh no. Faith is inspired. It's fucked up.
Yay, new
Arrested
mind
for
flavor
theft.
specimen.
You
What?
have a defense.
What?
Make it now.
Fuck off.
May have been unwise to reveal just how much gold you have on your person.
What?
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 What the fuck just happened?
I took a brain
Did you
worm
try
off
to
of the
loot?
dead person.
You loot a body that was marked as stealing from. That's what happened.
And Fist Part is still here.
It is temporarily hostile. We could just leave.
Nope. Nope, there is no leaf. There is only a Carlac suspended in midair.
Carlac from the top rope coming in on an innocent civilian and
That's not a civilian, that's a cop.
sorry, I stand corrected. Carlac from the top rope going pig.
Hey, remember when we went around murdering all of the police on principle because they killed our cat one time?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh no, I've been ensnared. Whatever will I do? So anyway, the big green dub though, not to. Have you seen anything about the big green dub for Dragon Ball?
No.
You should really look into it. It's actually where Team 4-Star got the big green thing from. Except that big green, I shit you not, was how they translated Piccolo's name. Piccolo was just called Big Green. And Krillin was Clearin. And basically everything was a Kamehameha. Powering up, Kamehameha. Kaioken, Kamehameha. Spirit Bomb, Kamehameha. Gallic Gun, Kamehameha. It's really something else. Okay, how do go up?
How do I eat you?
It's been a challenge.
My best guess is we have to get on the rampart somehow.
Well, I can't fly up there, so that's not gonna help.
I'm gonna explore off to the side and see if there's an access ladder or something.
No, so far appears to be a garden over there. Where some people appear to be having like a book club or something. I don't fucking know.
I might have found something viable, potentially. So, where we found the sigil circle for fast travel, the tower has an interior. So I'm assuming it can be entered, and it looks like it leads all the way up to the rampart areas.
Okay.
So I'm checking to see double doors. Okay. So best guess is we go in through here.
Yeah. Good an idea as anything else.
Yes, you do.
Oh,
'Cause
incidentally.
the pathing to the wall
Nope.
has me going there.
Oh.
Well, I did find the route then.
I'm inspecting the security.
Definitely.
Security.
And we're friends.
Double nat 1, let's go. Never didn't have it.
Just barely. Just fucking barely.
Never didn't have it.
Of course. Whatever the master desires.
Yeah, see, I'm covered in blood. It's
Enter
clearly
freely,
what a vampire would
And
want.
of your own will.
Clearly, I'm. Oh, hey, key of the rampart door.
It's okay, guys. This is only temporary combat. We could just top 10 lines spoken moments before disaster.
Yeah, for fucking real.
Oh, I think I found a chest up here on the ramparts, too. I sure hope a loot goblin doesn't find it and immediately abscond with the contents.
Oh, look, a rogue chest.
Hey, so from one friend to another, if you actually try to stop me, this pitchfork is going straight through your skull. So I did start to point this out earlier. We are kind of at time, guys. So like
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
So, not so next week isn't like is next week when you're starting the every other week thing you were telling us about the other?
No, next week I am still here and available.
Okay.
After that, I'll be gone for 2 weeks.
Okay. Gotcha. Roger. Roger. Okay. Here, save game. Cazador de la Bruja is an anime. That's the save name.
Roger.
And it's true. Cazador de la Bruja is an anime.
It is indeed.
Baz and I watched it like 10 years ago. Probably more. We're still at school at the time, so it was probably like 14 years ago. Oh, God. Somewhere between 14 and 15 years ago. Oh, my God. You know, it's scary to stop and think that, like, Baz and I have known each other for 17 years now. Jesus Christ. Literally half our lives. Fucking weird.
Also, Willow has not left the chat, as she just commented. This is my 10-year post-bachelor's.
And also, apparently neither she nor Bio are #1 now. So that's interesting. I don't know how that works. They're co-number 2. But yeah, no. So yeah, next time... Oh, now she's #1 again. What the fuck is going on with the... Whatever.
I don't fucking know.
Whatever. Anyway. Yeah, next time, probably more Baldur's Gate, and then like a 2-week off the thing. And then... Yeah, Elle, why?
Oh, I can change that back now.
why was it changed in the first? I was wondering about that when I saw it on
Because
your
I was
streams.
using my personal email when I was making. So my YouTube account was originally my personal, based on my personal email. Then Google did its stupid fucking shit, where your name on your Google account also becomes your name on your YouTube account. So I had to change my name on my Google account so that it wasn't visible. But then I had to look for jobs, so I had to change it back.
Oh, that's. I wondered why. Like, I saw that when you were streaming a while ago. I was like, what is going
I didn't
on
want my
over there?
potential job employers to go, what the fuck, who's Elsina?
Yeah.
When they get an email from my name.
That makes sense.
So I had to fix that temporarily.
I saw you streaming that way. I was like, I don't. Does she know that's happening? Maybe I should mention it, but I'm sure she knows.
I don't know why it won't just let me set, because I have my nickname set on the profile, but I don't know why it won't just let that be what displays on my YouTube.
Because YouTube is a fucking.
Because it's fucking
Train
stupid.
wreck.
Is what it is.
Yeah. I remember when like YouTube brought that in, the thing that happened, like when they were trying to force Google Plus integration back in the day, they're like they gave you the ability to like sync your Google account with your with your YouTube, and so I did that, but at the time it just made it my entire freaking email address. So rather than just being like the Hanyo 441, it was like at gmail.com. And I was like, could you not have the at Gmail in there? That's really annoying. And so I actually unlinked the Gmail and the YouTube, which is why my YouTube is not actually on my Google account. It's on like a separate account that's not tied to my normal Google stuff. Because, bunch of dumb stuff. I do wonder if there's a way to turn off these silly crown things in the settings. Because it's just kind of... I don't see where it serves a point. It seems to me that like even for channels where there's like more than a handful of people hanging out, like I don't know, take like Hollow Live or something like that. It seems like all it's going to encourage is people to say completely pointless shit to make number go up rather than encouraging any kind of actual useful discourse or interaction. Yeah,
it's an engagement thing, but it's stupid.
Yeah, but it just encourages people to post garbage rather than posting something insightful. Like,
it's the internet at large. It's shit posting.
I would think the better way to do something like that would be to give the creator and or the mods for the creator's channel the ability to assign points. For useful engagement or that sort of thing, so that you could highlight people that were making good, like good useful submissions rather than like just making people post bump every 5 seconds like it's an old guy online thread,
Bio, I'm not falling for it. Before I put in those gibberish messages, I had already hit my cap again. It seems like you can only get 75 experience an hour. At least that's what I've seen from the scientific experiment of seeing how XP works in chat.
Spam it wildly.
So I had already gotten my 75 for this current hour, and then I started punching gibberish in to accentuate Enu's point.
Yeah.
No, it's not randomly capped. It is 75 per hour as far as I can
It's
tell.
randomly capped. Fuck you.
It is not random.
It's random. Sarge doesn't understand it, and therefore it's random. This in some ways reminds me of the single best feature that Facebook ever got rid of.
Poking.
Yes. I back in my day, you could poke people on the Facebooks, and Natu and I would just sit there across from each other at a
poke,
table,
poke,
tapping the
poke,
poke button
poke,
repeatedly
poke,
while
poke,
staring
poke.
each other dead in the eye, waiting to see who gave first
Mm-hmm.
for hours at a time.
Our battle will be legendary.
And it was. And
By the way,
then
Natsu,
we'd have
I
to
love
break
how-
because we'd go to class, and we'd just be sitting there in class, still fucking doing it.
I love how YouTube says at Shane G 1990. It's not even consistent
That son of a
Why
gun.
is it doing that?
in the rankings. I don't know.
What? Oh, for God's sake! It's using the ats for that for some reason instead of the display name.
God.
What?
Hey,
YouTube,
yo, at Shane G 1990. What up, dude?
fucking
What the
YouTube, fix your shit, man.
Wow. All right, I'm getting out of the game.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. Anyway, good chat, everyone. Till next
YouTube is
week.
cursed. Later.
Bye.
Bye.